Ho, ho, ho. That's enough about all your mothers. Welcome to The World's Gone Christmassy. Let's talk about it. I'm, of course, Mario, because I couldn't find my little Santa's hat. I think I had an elf hat somewhere as well, but I couldn't find it. And, of course, I'm joined by Xanta. Xanta Hawes, not Santa Claus. We've had an upgrade. The previous Santa Claus was arrested and put in Guantanamo Bay, so this is his brother, Santa Hawes. How you doing, sir?
Hi. Merry Christmas, my friend. And you're very funny. You are is Mario, Santa, whatever you are. Well, look, my name is Santa Claus, but somebody decided to put Santa Horse. Yes, the joke is on me. Okay, I get it now. But you know what? I'm gonna leave it there. Yes, another joke is on you.
Oh, so it's not a different person. It's just somebody changed your name.
Yes.
I
I
didn't,
think it's
I
because now
didn't do it.
I got these dreads now. You know,
You got
because
dreads now. You've gone
yeah,
full
but
on.
this
Hey,
cultural
Rick,
appropriation, I'm not into it too much. I like a
man,
dread.
man delivers one Christmas present to Jamaica and he has a whole cultural change. It's unbelievable.
Yes. You should see
Hello, Rick.
the bongs I have.
Yeah, welcome to the
It,
stream. You're gonna like the stream because we will be talking about wrestling as well. We're gonna be talking about anything and everything you want. If you have a topic you want us to talk about, feel free to let us know. But I will do one update now and an update again should we fill up with more people to say that please tune in for the Golden Glasses Awards that are taking place on the 28th. That is next weekend. Ladies, gentlemen, and MBs, that is not long to go. If you go to our community tab on NerdTube, you will find, or the posts as it's called on the mobile phone, you will go and see that there are things that you can vote for yourself. Open to the public. Go and vote. Go see the community tab on YouTube. Put your votes in. And we want to also just quickly update people that the way our categories, our nominations were working, there was a bit of a fudge up because we, every time we've done it, we've just nominated from the beginning of the year, so January, and then because of the way we put everything together, November is kind of the cutoff point. Well, a lot of stuff still comes out in December, and so every year we don't have things nominated from December of the previous year. So this year I couldn't.
good
This year and
point.
last year I
Good
couldn't put
point.
Wallace and Gromit in, which would have been my number one animation of the year. So moving forward, the way Golden Glasses works, when we say the year, it is from December till end of November. That's how it's going to work from now on. So that way, nobody misses out, and people like me don't cry if we can't nominate good stuff that does come out around the Christmas period. Xanta agrees with me, and if he doesn't, frankly, I'll just call ice. So it's all good. So, with that being said, Arsenal, top of the league over Christmas. Fantastic. A lot of our players are coming back from injury. We weren't playing great today, but we were starting to pick up the rhythm again towards the end of the match. So, you know,
I tell you what, that Jesus, he looks far more dangerous up front than
yeah, I wouldn't have
Jokeres.
started with Jokeres. Don't don't get me started on Jokeres, man, and I'll be here all day criticizing. But anyway, we're not going to flood everything about football because I know you savages don't like to talk about sports, but me and Zam do. Me and
Manly
Santa
stuff.
Claus as well. Now, Rick doesn't agree with the race swapped Santa Claus. Listen,
I'm not Santa Claus. I'm
it's
Santa
not the
Claus.
same person, you stupid man. Santa is his own thing. Practically, I mean, it's right here. This is my brother from another mother type thing. We haven't race swapped anyone. It's just that people like you are so ignorant to the fact that there's more than one Santa. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Who do you think you are, Megan Kelly?
yeah,
What the hell,
exactly.
man?
So, we like to represent the forgotten Santas here. This one doesn't have reindeers either. He just has a putt putt that flies, and
Yes.
you know, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Right.
I fuel it with the water from the river Ganges, and because there's plenty of methane in there, and yeah, and it takes me where I need to go.
See? And you will only find this information and this kind of enlightenment right here on NerdTube. So, please subscribe. And so, yeah, we are going to talk about random things today. And we can start with, elephant in the room. Somebody's jaw has been broken. And that wasn't my jaw dropping on the floor every time I see Sydney Sweeney in a dress. We are talking, of course, about Anthony Joshua versus, you know,
Jake Paul.
the Jake Paul one. Yes, but well, they're both scumbags, so it doesn't really matter which one. And this was a predictable fight this time round because two reasons. One, Anthony Joshua is still young and in his prime. Two, he couldn't pay him to take a dive. So this was an inevitability, unlike all the other matches. The fact that Jake lasted 6 rounds, because most of that he was just running around or hugging Anthony
He's going
Joshua.
to do shoot fighting, but to do the takedown, and he's
Yeah,
not doing. Yeah.
exactly. But anyway, I'm not going to ramble on. Xanta, take it. Your thoughts
Now,
on the fight?
I personally, I'm not a boxing, I don't know what's the word I'm trying to think of. An enthusiast, but
Or
I
Puritan or enthusiast?
say again.
Puritan or enthusiast?
Puritan enthusiast, however, whatever you want to use, either word is good enough.
Okay.
But I am a sucker for a big match night, if you know what I mean. Like, a couple of popular names, big names are going to have a fight. It's going to be a decent undercard and all of that. Yeah, I'm all up for that. It's upsetting that this match had to be obviously in America once again, so it's always going to be late for us. But now I'm an old man. I do wake up in the middle of the night to take a pee. And so when I did wake up at about 5 in the morning, I just realized, you know what? Let's check on Netflix to see if the Logan Paul fight is Jake Paul fight is starting. And yes, I caught it at the right time. I couldn't believe my luck. So I was watching the fight in my bed with my feet up, and I have to say, Jake Paul, he tried his best not to get hit, and Joshua looks a little bit cumbersome. And I'll tell you this as well. The thing is that Joshua has lost to Dross, to shitty fighters before. Or not shitty fighters, but Andy Ruiz being the person that guy makes me look bloody skinny, and he makes both of us look bloody anorexic. And he lost to this guy, and I realized, Jake Paul has that puncher's chance that if Anthony Joshua does put his hands down and exposes his chin, he could get lucky. Anything's possible. But no, the right thing happened. Anthony Joshua won. Eventually, Jake Paul couldn't keep running around all the time, and Joshua was closing him in. And once he started feeling the power of his punches, it was too much. Imagine just getting one jab, just one single jab by Joshua. It's like being hit like by granite, you
Yeah.
know. And somebody like Paul is gonna feel that. And once he started feeling that one too many times, it was too much for him. He did the best he could by clinching and stuff like that, but eventually it got too much for him. And Anthony Joshua's patience paid off, but he should have knocked him out a lot earlier. But he's a bit
Definitely.
rusty too. He hasn't fought in over a year. But now, to move on from this very, very quickly, now let's give the people what they really want. This fight between Joshua and Tyson Fury, it might be several years past its sell by date, but these two guys are in a position now where they have to kind of prove to everyone that they still got it. Tyson's lost his last two fights. Joshua, he's very hit or miss. He's like a heavyweight version of Amir Khan. You know,
Yeah.
get these two guys in the ring, and let's have a proper fight between these two British heavyweights. That's what everybody wants for 2026. That is an order.
I personally, yeah, that's what a lot of the fans want. I fucking can't stand Tyson Fury, so the less I see of that prick, the better. But yeah, I'll still watch it. To be perfectly honest, yeah, I can't sit here and be a hypocrite and be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna watch it." I totally would. Now, yeah, once upon a time in the golden age of the '90s, I was a huge like whore for boxing, but nowadays I'm the same as Xanta. If it sounds like a mouth-watering card, tune in and watch it. And yeah, Jake Paul got a lovely broken jaw as a result. So
It was amazing right hook.
it was great.
He just landed it with like, here you go, son, special delivery, and he's like, "Woo," and then he fell on the floor, and he went woo like that. Did you see? He went, woo, and
Yeah,
this
he did a Ric
motherfucker is
Flair.
doing a Ric Flair was wearing Hulk Hogan clothes. Like what the hell, man, you bloody blasphemer. But regardless,
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
I do go all over to the world, my friend. So, don't criticize me for being an international, a globalist.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I'm a globalist.
he's a globalist. Rick's just being a racist. You know what I
Where the hell
mean?
is my hat? Look at it. You got me so unhappy. My hat,
Run
my
away.
hat, my hat decided um and then look another thing as well, like a match like this as well, like like you got this bloody YouTuber who fights over the hill fighters, finally fighting somebody like Joshua who isn't over the hill. That was always going to be intriguing, and unfortunately, this could be the direction boxing is going because Joshua could not say no to this fight. No, not to do with integrity at all. He was getting paid 70 million pounds for this fight. You know,
Hey, he, he, uh,
70
he,
million.
he- he'll never have to worry about money ever again. I say that, but the boxers are fucking idiots who spend like there's no tomorrow.
This is the
So
biggest purse he's ever. This guy had so many big fights. He's never earned as much as this, and he's fighting a goddamn YouTuber. You
yeah.
know, he's only been boxing for 5 years,
Well, the
and
thing is as
then
well, like boxing, boxing and football's going that way as well. Boxing is just a soulless shit machine. It's corrupt as hell. It lost its relevancy 20 years ago, if I'm being perfectly fucking honest. We've had some crackers in between that, but nothing at the same consistency that we used to have in the 90s. And now that the Saudis own it, it's even bloody worse. And yeah, like I say, I mean, you know what we never got to do? We never got to rant about the fucking World Cup. So we are going to go straight back to football right now. And if
good
we look at,
idea.
you want to talk about corruption, you want to look at the fucking participation trophy that FIFA gave, a grapist bloody nonce, Trump, who is causing wars as we speak, and they gave him the FIFA Peace Prize. And it's just like, what 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 kind of level of ass kissery is this? If FIFA would have had some balls, they would have said, you know what, we're not going to hold the World Cup in America. We'll do Canada, we'll do Mexico, and screw the Americans because they are.
Yeah.
But they've got a World Cup in Qatar and they do one in Saudi Arabia. So what exactly morals and principles do the irony is that Qatar and Saudi Arabia are far more welcoming to anyone coming into their country. Whereas America, like, yeah, you can come, but we need about 5 years of your social media
Well,
and all this kind of shit.
they've recently added more countries to the ban list. All of them are mainly African or Middle Eastern.
Of course,
Yeah, and so like and some of them are in the World Cup. First of all, Tanzania is in there. Represent. Anyway, so that's for Zam. I do that for. Um, but yeah, so Tanzania, you're banned. But Senegal is banned. Ivory Coast is banned, and those two countries are in the World Cup. Iran is banned.
yes,
They were already banned a long time ago, but they're already in the World Cup. Like what the hell? Like, I don't, as far as I'm concerned, nearly every policy that's happening when it comes to immigrants, immigration, tourism, whatever it may be, is to do with Stephen Miller. This is all Stephen Miller, in my
of course it is.
personal opinion.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
know,
he just gets off on it. He's a fucking little goblin. But I am really look. Okay, so corruption aside, the fact that we're gonna have 3-minute water breaks, so the fucking Yanks that stick in their adverts, because like I said, Americans bloody ruin everything. You know when they did the World Cup in yeah, I've seen that when the Americans they did the Atlanta '94. They wanted to split the games into quarters so they
yes, I
could stick
know.
adverts in. And back then, people were like, no. So this time round, they're like, okay, well, we'll do 3-minute water breaks. It's like, fuck you. That's just so
You know
like,
what? You know what they do now at the currently, because obviously they still Premier League and all of that. What is it? Imagine this is the screen. This is the screen. This is how the football is. Yeah. And then what they'll do for maybe a minute, they'll do the screen like this, make it a bit smaller, and then put a fucking commercial around the
yeah,
fucking.
around the thing.
And you know, I didn't like it, but to a degree, it's a compromise. I rather have that, while so the game is still going, than this 22-minute shit. And what are they gonna do? Actually, stop the play on the 22nd minute? Like what the fuck? You
Yeah.
know,
Stop the
like
play on the 22nd minute for water break.
there could be shit going on, man. Like sorry, I apologize. There could
That's
be
all right,
shit
mate.
going on, and all of this. Like, and then on top of that, the fucking halftime show at the on the final, like, killing me now. Killing me now because
Well, they
nobody
started
fucking wants this.
introducing that in the Champions League as well.
Did they?
Was it that or the Club World Cup? One of those.
Probably that because that was in
Yeah, it was that.
America.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now, a little bit of me is telling me, you know what? Don't get too upset with the halftime show because this is an American World Cup, and so I get it. Yeah, so maybe to a degree I'll give them a pass, but I'm hating on that more simply because of the 22-minute fucking um,
Oh,
hydration break.
is he frozen or have I frozen?
I'm frozen. I'm frozen. Yeah, I'm sorry about
Got
that.
me. The deep state got me.
I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't mind the halftime show too much, but it is an American World Cup, so they put in their thing on it. But it only bothers me more because of the bloody hydration break. And I'm mad. I'm so mad. And now you're gonna have a World Cup where it'll be impossible for fans to attend. Maybe there's a lot of players who are very outspoken of Trump. Are they able to come? You know, and a lot of the players, a lot of look, we're talking about fuck knows how many 48 countries. There's going to be more players who are not high profile than there are high profile players. Someone like Ronaldo, he could be shitting on Trump all day, but he'll be given a pass. But somebody else who plays for fucking, I don't know, some bullshit. Sorry, I don't want to let me really freeze myself. Some lesser known country, yeah, and plays maybe in lower league football. They might not be able to allowed to play for their country because they said bad things.
Mate, I'm telling you now. Like, I honestly, I can't fucking actually wait for the World Cup because of everything that's gonna hopefully happen. Like, I hope it's chaotic and it goes really bad. Just as a reminder to say this is what happens when you fucking pander to authoritarian countries and just take that bag. So I'm really hoping that it all goes really badly. Uh, I
I
hope
have a
nobody
list.
obviously gets arrested, but I hope they like there's like mass blockages from getting into the country to enjoy the World Cup and just like it's absolute fucking shit show and like ICE show up at the stadiums. Oh god.
Okay, so I had a list of things regarding this World Cup, which is going to really piss me off. So So regardless, I apologize. I'm just putting up my list right
That's
now.
all right.
So,
Whipping out, big boy.
so one of
I'm
the
gonna close
things
my
we've already
window.
mentioned a couple. We already mentioned a couple of things already. We mentioned the hydration break, and we already mentioned the halftime show. But this is the World Cup where people are going to cities and expecting to watch the game in the city. But in America, because they're stupid cunts, yeah, they don't build their stadium in the city. They build it outside the city, 30 to 70 miles away from the city. So and they don't have a very good public transport, yeah, and so there's going to be lots of people coming to America who has to figure out a way of going, like, say, for Miami, they have to like travel like 30, 70 miles. I forget how many miles, but still a lot of miles to go to the stadium to watch the game there. Like, it's not going to be easy, and this is pretty much the case for a lot of these football matches. All these matches are not played in the city, they're played outside the city. And this is why London is such an amazing city, because we have so many goddamn football clubs. So many that I can't remember them all, who are in this city, not outside the
We
city.
could literally host an
In
entire
London,
World Cup in this city.
yeah, yes, we could. There's so many stadiums in London, and the stadium as well, Wembley. You throw that
Yeah,
in there, and you throw Arsenal in there, and you throw Spurs in there, and West Ham got all new stadiums. You got
they got the
Crystal
Olympic
Palace,
Stadium
exactly, Crystal Palace, Chelsea there, Charlton Athletic,
with Fulham.
Millwall, Fulham, this is Leighton Orient, Brentford, you know,
Yeah, Brentford. They have a nice
yeah,
stadium as
they
well.
got nice a nice stadium too. Like AFC Wimbledon. There's so many teams.
Wimbledon. Oh, AFC Wimbledon. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
there's so many. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned Tartan Athletic. You
yeah.
yeah, all of these teams. They have. They're in London. Watford is just up the road. It's not.
Watford. Yeah, Fulham.
Yeah, yeah. So
There's loads.
exactly. I'm sure there's some that just slipped my mind, but yeah, like London is a city full of stadiums, and America, most of their cities don't have a stadium. What the hell is that? The
Yeah.
greatest country on earth, my asshole, my asshole, you know, my asshole has a better capacity than that goddamn fucking, I mean, I'm sorry, I
Yes,
apologize
yes.
for. Yeah.
Your also has enough capacity to host an entire World Cup in it. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So that is one of the things that is really bothering. I don't think fans really kind of realize. Now, I'm kind of torn on this next one, yeah, because in Seattle, which is like the like the like
Can't be asked
like
for that.
the LGBTQ sort of part of America, that is obviously San Francisco. But on the West Coast, Seattle definitely plays its part. They're gonna have a pride match. Do you know about the pride match? Yeah.
This is the best part.
yeah, yeah. So you know who's gonna be playing in that pride match? It's gonna be Iran versus Egypt. Oh god.
Oh, I love it.
I couldn't believe it. Like I've ordered teams, like third law giving you those two fucking countries. That's if Iran is allowed to even bloody play in this World Cup.
That's if
But
they
they
are allowed to fucking play in a World
and
Cup.
they're playing in Seattle. That's America. Like people were telling me, well, what happen if they play? What happen if they play in Canada? Well, even if they play in Canada and Mexico, if they do start to progress, eventually they'll have to play in America. But regardless, they're playing in America anyway. They're playing in bloody in Seattle with the Pride match. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be
That's the
hilarious. And
best
you know
thing
what?
ever.
As much as I find that really cool and funny, I do unfortunately find that why I'm torn is I can see some negativity coming from this. from people who would want to shit on obviously Muslims and Middle Eastern people and stuff like that, um, and at the same time pretend to side with the LGBTQ community whilst hating them at the same time, simply because Muslims and stuff like that are involved. You see those motherfuckers, you know,
Oh yeah, but
they're
you're also let's not also ignore the fact that the rampant homophobia that's going to be coming from the Muslim
of
supporters as
course, no, there's no doubt
well.
about that. No doubt about that
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah, and then it'll be depending on what section of MAGA would it be would decide to side with the Muslims, because maybe the Zionist lot might not want to side with the Muslims even if they are homophobic, but the anti-Zionist ones might want to side with the Muslims because they are homophobic as well as anti-Semitic. You know what I mean? So and when I say
Exactly.
anti-Semitic, I'm talking about the right wing, not the left wing here. Because the right wing, the only reason why they're fucking anti-Zionist is because they're anti-Semitic as well.
Yep. What was I going to do? Oh, you know what I want to try while we're here? I want to try go live on TikTok on my phone.
I'm surprised you do that earlier, my
Oh, I
friend.
forgot, man. I completely forgot. I forgot because I got verified, which I'm not happy about that because I had to give them my driver's license. But well, I could request to delete them to delete it because GDPR they have to oblige with the rules, and if you request a delete, they have to delete. Right,
Delete, delete, delete.
delete. Didn't he play for Man United at one point?
No, no, Matt Hardy.
Delete.
Delete, delete.
Dutch player, man.
Oh, he still plays for Man United,
Are
no?
you still playing there? Gee, I can't
He
keep
used to
up with
play.
Man
Yeah, that,
United.
that guy was. He
Oh, 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 oh,
he
oh.
was really good. Yeah, played for Juventus. Looked really good. You know, obviously Dutch player.
Yeah, then he went to Man United, and the rest is history.
Mm-hmm.
This will work. This tripod I have is bloody awful. But then, what do you expect from Temu? Yes, I shop at Temu because I'm poor. Right.
Team was amazing. I got all the Christmas presents I give to the people around the world from Timu.
Yeah.
And talking about Christmas presents, whilst you're doing your shit, I got a Christmas present.
Oh yeah, of course. Yes, do open like you open your legs, you filthy minx.
I have to say, as far as fat sacks are concerned, oh, this was a fatty.
That's a nice
I
sack
can't,
you've got there.
yeah, I can't wait to open it up, huh? Let's see, please don't embarrass you on live television. Okay. Ooh. It's a whole bunch of lower end of the body clothing. It's it's short. Hey,
No, shorts.
it,
Why? That's
it,
random.
you know what? I'm a fucking Gemini, and they're giving me Taurus. Okay, fair enough. I got another pair here. Yeah, this will be very good in the summertime. Oh, look, it's got leggings.
Oh, it's
Look,
leggings. That's for your workout, mate. When you go jogging.
no, I feel like Rocky Balboa.
Yeah,
And these ones have got leggings too.
we'll call you
Uh,
Bollywood Balboa.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, I would try this now, but I
Nice.
Yeah.
look at Tito with the turban. I approve.
You
Or is
know,
this Dumpy Torito somebody else?
no, it's block, isn't it?
Is it Block?
Yeah, it's me.
It's block.
Ah,
Right. Let me see this.
my home slice.
Your home slice.
Hey, Block, you been a good boy. That is why you don't get the coal in your hole.
So, all right. So how do I add somebody here? Right. Go to settings. No. Look. What's this one? Unlock guests. Check requirements to unlock guests. Get more viewers. Unlock monetization tools. Go live for 30 minutes. Go live 3 separate days. Oh God! Fucking damn it! Why are there so many rules? Why are there so many rules to going live on TikTok? go live for 30 minutes. Well, I'm going to go live for 30 minutes here so I can get one of those requirements done. Hello, anyone who's watching me on TikTok. If anyone is watching me on TikTok,
Are they watching you on your phone?
uh,
Are they watching you on your phone?
I hope so.
Is that how you're doing it? Just for
Yeah.
the requirement?
Yes. The requirement is to do half an hour live on my phone. Let me hook up my charger so I don't die.
Hulk, I have to ask you, are you looking forward to the World Cup, my friend?
Maybe.
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? You're not going to enjoy the soccer? Gosh darn American.
I'm iffy on soccer sometimes.
Are you not looking forward to all these black and brown people swarming into your country to watch a sport where they kick a ball around while speaking multiple languages and eating food with flavor?
I mean, are there going to be multiple timeouts and commercials?
Yes.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes,
Because they've Americanized it. They've got a hydration break, and I'm sure they'll be telling people who get knocked down to stay down for 30 seconds whilst they apply the magic sponge and get maybe a quick, insurance commercial in there.
Exactly.
Because, that's what you Americans need, more insurance.
Yeah, more insurance.
More commercials for insurance we can't afford. That's what we really need.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, especially now that all your premiums are going to go up as well.
Yeah, but at least you'll be getting a new ballroom in the White House.
A new what?
Ballroom.
That's right. Yes. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Put it on there.
With the loss of Rob Reiner, I'm thinking of watching one of his movies.
Got to be
Don't
the Princess Bride.
do it. Do it.
Princess Bride. Yeah. It's got to be.
What
Hello, everyone
will
watching at the stream. Hello.
what you
It's a
need to
Christmas
do,
stream. So if you want to talk about anything, let me know in the comments below. Have I got the comments here? Yeah, they just
boss
pop up.
man? What you do is you watch When Harry Met Sally, and the scene where she starts fucking moaning and groaning. You put that on full blast, have your windows open, and tell your parents not to disturb you.
It's a dual stream. You see, we have this. Oh Jesus! I've just killed my phone. Everyone's just died. Oh
No.
dear. Oh dear God.
My condolences to your phone.
There we go. It's all right. It survived barely. It barely.
Now you have to go buy a Trump phone. Wasn't Trump selling cell phones for a bit?
He's selling 3-year-old Apple iPhones.
Yeah.
Refurbished.
For $3,000. Yeah, sell a kidney for it. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, phony Beatlemaniacs. If you are going to watch, it's got to be Princess Brides or Harry Met Sally, both excellent films. But yes, we can transition to the death of Rob Reiner, which was a great tragedy. It just goes to show you that you could do work. You can be as wonderful as a person as you possibly can. Do the best to kind of help push for progressive change and be a positive influence, despite the fact he was a nepo child. He was legitimately talented. I would say more talented than his father in terms of just as a director. Anyway, I mean, Carl Reiner is a comedy legend, but Rob Reiner was a powerhouse director. How many directors have done such a consistent run of films at the start of their careers? There's a few, but I mean, Rob Reiner's ones are just 3 of those films are in my all-time favorite films. I mean, Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, Stand By Me, are just amazing. Spinal Taps and A Few Good Men, but as much as he could, unfortunately, his child was an arsehole. He's got 3 children, and that one was the arsehole. There's always a black sheep in the family. And no matter what he did to try and help his son, he just couldn't in the end. You know, the killer of that is drugs. And yeah, he ended up where we ended up, and we lost a legend, which was a tragedy.
I just want to say regarding the aftermath of Trump's response, which was obviously horrendous. Trump making a mockery of Rob Reiner's death by calling it Trump derangement syndrome and all of that. And I was watching Carl Kalinske,
Yeah,
and he mentioned how bizarre right wingers are. That this is going to be the thing, that's going to make, you know, uh, it's going to be like a big deal in for them. Him mocking all the things he's done. He's done a lot of terrible things, but now they're going to start. It's a bit like the bombing of the fisher boat of the boats. Like, who gives a fuck about what's happening in America with illegal American citizens being deported and taken off the streets by bloody Gestapo? No, who gives a fuck about that? But we're going to be bombing fishing boats. Now we're going to make an issue of that. And same with
yeah,
Rob Reiner. Trump has said so many bad things about so many people, but the Rob Reiner thing was the final straw. And what Carl brought up regarding that is that I think because people's lives are so shitty right now, they can't afford anything. The tariffs have ruined the economy. Everything is expensive. Nothing is cheap anymore. People are not getting any jobs as well. Unemployment is through the roof in America right now because of Donald Trump and his policies, as well as obviously what's happening with ICE and all of these things emerging. That when Trump did this Rob Reiner thing, it was like, okay, we need to have a go at him. This is a way of us having a go at him because he's pissing us off too much now. You know,
yeah. I
even the
think
ballroom and stuff like that. All of these things culminating
Right.
come to this.
It had
Yeah.
nothing to do with like Trump again inserting himself in stuff that doesn't like concern him. It's like let the family, deal with the losses and whatnot. And the son was on drugs, correct? So it had nothing to do with like it wasn't politically motivated. It was a dude out of his mind and
no
whatnot. But of course Trump
kid.
had to be like, oh, this is because somebody hates Trump derangement. So stupid. It's like just shut up about it. You didn't need to bring yourself into this.
Yeah, I think that's the thing as well. It's like what I did get really pissed off with a lot of people because I'm like, really, the Rob Reiner, his comments on Rob Reiner is what broke the camel's back, not the fact that he's a diddler, not the fact that he's a rapist, not the fact that he's a con man, not the fact that he is literally running a Gestapo, an authoritarian regime. He's innocently blowing up innocent fishermen in the middle of the ocean. He's continued, genocide in
The
Gaza.
Venezuela war, all of that.
All of that, all the wars that he's doing, the economy tanking. Rob Reiner was the one, like, especially when you see like Mick Foley suddenly take a morality stand. It's like, oh, just this people WWE siding with Trump, and now the Rob Reiner thing was like the final straw. I was like, really, Mick? Really? That was the final straw. And so of all the things, so I was just like, you know what? You can shove your virtue signaling up your ass. Okay. It's a hollow thing. It is nice to see, like, again, from right wingers, I'm always surprised if they take a stance of anything against their beloved leader. So at least it was something to see that. But people that do have a backbone and have been critical of Trump, the Rob Reiner thing was the straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, I kind of expected it from him because Rob Reiner never shied away his feelings for Trump. So I kind of expected Trump to get in there and kind of gloat at his passing. But I don't think what Trump said is a good thing to do. But you all did the same thing when again. Look, I'm not the one who has an issue with what Trump said, and you know what I mean. I expected it from Trump. I said so. I did a video on TikTok about it, saying that this was expected from him because Rob Reiner didn't like Trump. I'm not offended by what Trump said. I expected it. But you are right. And there's a contingent of people that are greatly offended by what Trump said. And a lot of those people were cheering when Charlie Kirk was murked. And it's just like, you can't have one or the other. You can't be outraged at one and not the other. Like, both were brutal murders. One was a net positive a net positive death, and the other one was a net negative death. Again, don't expect me to be respectful here. Like, the end of Charlie Kirk was one of the best things that ever happened because it's been hilarious. It's tragic that two little girls lost their father, but the fallout from it went the complete opposite way to what I expected. Like, I thought that his death would galvanize the right. I thought it would, make them crack down harder, unite harder against socialists and all this kind of. Instead, they turned on each other. And the reason they turned on each other is because Nick Fuentes is a contrarian, an antagonizer, and a troll, and he knows exactly what he's doing. He has a history with Charlie Kirk, and the right kind of did this to themselves, and I never saw this coming, to be perfectly honest. The fact that the rights, the Groypers and that contingent of right wingers that are legitimately anti-Semitic, it just came to a boil where they were just like, right, it's either one side or the other side. There is no in between now. So you've got the legitimate anti-Semites fighting against the closeted anti-Semites, but they get a lot of money from Israel, so they're like, oh, Israel number one.
No, anti-Semites versus Zionists.
Anti-Semites versus Zionists, but like I said, like a lot of those Zionists are anti-Semitic, but they get money, and it politically. You watch now. You're seeing it now. As Israel becomes a poison chalice, those Zionists are suddenly going to become anti-Semites. They're going to portray themselves as anti-Israel and all that, but they're just going to really let the cat out of the bag because that money is going to be worthless to them because the grip of power that the Zionists have will disappear, and suddenly they're going to be like, I was always against anti-Israel. I mean, how many times have we seen it? We see it 1,000 times.
I need to, once again, one of my favorite things to do, and Zam likes doing this as well, is debunking this guy called Rick B. Because Rick B, the picker me, and Zam taught me that one, really needs to know what the fuck he's talking about when he says, I don't think what Trump said is a good thing, but you all did the same thing when Charlie Kirk died. Very hypocritical. Now, Rick B, I'm going to put your fucking motherfucking ass in its place. And it's not with the Klan where you want to be, but it's in the hole of fucking shame, motherfucker. Okay? Check this out.
Do you think he would say anything nice if something happened to Trump or his family? Hell no, this guy hated America. He hated Trump. He was mentally sick, twisted. Good riddance to pedo leftist trash. He put nothing but hate out into the world. His own son brought it back to him this evening. Bear with me, folks. There's so many of these, but this illustrates my next point in the next section. So let's go through a few of them. This is why I'll sleep soundly tonight, knowing leftist pieces of shit pedophile died painfully at the hands of his child victim. I don't want the high road. I want a road and world free of all leftists. Rest in piss, Rob Reiner. You're in hell where you belong. Here's Rob Reiner helping overthrow the United States government with the Russian collusion narrative garbage. Hollywood scourge activists, these people are sick. Sorry for his death, however, I must say Archie was right. He was a meathead. Why would we be sorry for a demon is gone? People need to wake up. So many of these, folks. I didn't have to look very hard for them. In fact, I had to stop looking for them. There was so much to choose from. I was like, I'll be here all fucking night. I wish there was a video of Rob gurgling on his own blood. Should have been better parents. Well, MAGA's not mourning a hater. He made some good films, but he was a horrible person. One less liberal hack. And his TDS on X has one less hater. Good riddance to that vile POS. They raised an entitled man-child that ultimately took them out, one less libtard. Wait, nope, not here. Nope, not there either. Oh, well, looks like I'm out of give a fucks for dead liberoids. Boo fucking who? He should have worried more about his fucking son than Trump, and he wouldn't be stabbed to death. Karma is a bitch. Oops, karma is a son with a knife. One less douche. Sorry about his wife, but she probably also hated half of America. Empathy, none. Sympathy, none. Give a shit's none.
My point to prove is that Rick B, you don't know what the fuck you are talking about. You never know what the fuck you're talking about. You are a fucking shill. You're a fucking bounty, yeah? And you need to peel that fucking brown skin off you and fucking bleach the rest of yourself and fucking join the fucking groypers, you motherfucker, you.
Rick,
No, 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 don't say. Oh no, you mentioned this thing about Charlie Kirk, and now you want to do the both sides, the both sides. No, this both sides bullshit. These motherfuckers, they were ripping on Rob Reiner, but that shit wasn't publicized mainstream. It took people like Culture Dusty, and please, people watch the Culture Dusty, one of my favorite YouTubers. He shit is spot on. He unearthed this shit to prove how terrible right wingers are. You know, when people hated and they were actually mocking Charlie Kirk because he ended
hope
up,
you can hear my friend on the speaker. Whoever's joined the stream,
they were
if not, let
mocking
me
Charlie
know.
Kirk because he ended up being victim of the very thing that he was promoting. Yeah, but nobody. Nobody would, like Rob Reiner tried to help his son and all of that. He doesn't have to be killed by his own child. What the hell, man?
And the
You know,
fundamental
you
difference is, yeah, Rob Reiner was actually a good person. Okay, if
Yes.
Charlie Kirk was a good person, despite him being like, you could be a right winger and still be a good person. You could be like just be like socially whatever, and then like a capitalist, and just be like, oh, this is what I believe in, but I don't believe in being horrible towards others, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, there's
No,
one or two of
Right.
those.
You could
They're
be a
very
human
no,
being.
yeah, be a
no,
human
no,
being, but Kirk
no, no, no,
wasn't. He was a scumbag.
no, yeah, because like people keep going, oh, Charlie Kirk, he is the Martin Luther King of our time. Really? Then why does nobody ever quote that motherfucker? They say all this shit that he was an activist for human rights and shit like that, but they'll never fucking quote him because if you do quote him, you'll get fired from your fucking job in the land of the free.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, yeah, again, if we go back to Kirk, he said way worse things. He was horrible. They mocked BLM protesters getting run over. They defended gun rights. They defended, the murdering of children. He defended, you know, like the amount of nasty racist things that he said over the years. So it's not really he wasn't a great debater and he built no bridges at all. He was a poison chalice that brainwashed a bunch of stupid kids into thinking their side was right. And what's the result of that? People like Turning Point and all of that. His own bloody wife didn't like him. Okay,
Yeah,
you
cashed
know,
in big time.
yeah. He knew he was gonna. He knew, and the thing with him as well, he had no morals. He had no principle. He was also closeted. And the thing is, he was looking to change his stance on Israel because his fans were turning on him. God, why's this light flickering? His fans were turning on him because Fuentes, was really making an impact because it's just like, no, when we say we're racist, we mean we're racist. We're not. It's not like we're not picking and choosing which race to hate. If they're not white, we don't like them, and that includes, in this case, Jews and Israel and all this kind of stuff. And it's just a lot of the kind of turning point people and people on that side just couldn't comprehend that at all. It was just like, no, you come on, look, we can hate on the brown people, but really the Jews, it's like, yes. And Charlie Kirk's, as more and more resentment grew towards Israel, Charlie Kirk's fans were switching over to Nick Fuentes, and Charlie was gonna switch as well. He was gonna end up becoming anti-Israel. The seeds were starting to sow, despite his meetings with Benjamin Netanyahu and all of that, because at the end of the day, these people have no principles. They will switch on a dime. Wherever their fans are going, wherever the money is going, that's where they're going to go. Asmongold is a prime
I
example of
hate
this.
that man. I hate him.
Okay, Asmongold, that slimy little rat, he has no principles. he was trying to get people like Hassan banned off of Twitch. He was trying to get everyone to go after Hassan because they were claiming that he was a terrorist sympathizer and he was an anti-Semite and all this kind of stuff. Okay, he was like patient zero for trying to get Hassan cancelled. Essentially, now now that his own fans are vehemently anti-Israel, his position changed, and he, instead of saying that Hassan is the number one cause of anti-Semitism, because that's what his position was, it's now Israel and Zionists are the number one cause of anti-Semitism. So it's just like no principles, no principles at all. Yeah. So again, spare me the morality of the right. They don't have any morality. They don't have any principles. They bandwagon jump whatever's popular. You'll see in the next year or so that Israel will become public enemy number one in America. It will become public enemy number one among the right. It's going to be a poison chalice, and anyone that it's already happening now. Anyone that is backed by AIPAC, be they Democrat or Republican, is not going to get voted in. It's not going to get voted in. And it's as simple as that. They just go where the money is. They're grifters. They're all grifters. And they convince idiots like you, Rick, that they're the good guys or they're the right side. So, just saying. The crazy left have devalued words like racism. Gen Z don't care about being called. It's the same thing with you lot devaluing woke. Like you go, oh, it's woke, and they're like, oh, shut up, you whiny little bitch. No, everything's woke. Everything I don't like is woke. This is woke. That's woke. Every organization and media company run by right-wing billionaires, oh, it's all woke. It's just like that word's lost all value. You know what I mean? And
This stream is too woke.
yeah, exactly. This stream is too woke. And the word racist has never had any value to actual racists. They don't care. They get offended when you call them racist, but they still don't care. At the end of the day, they just want to be offended by something because, you know, again, they're always on edge. They're always on crack. They've always got something to be complaining about. Never fucking happy. You've literally, like, the right have everything they've ever wanted right now. This is their world. It is run by an authoritarian. It is run by the Christians. It is run by the capitalist. This whole world, not a single fucking country, bar maybe China and Vietnam, hasn't got the stink and poison of the bourgeoisie. And yet you still complain about everything. You still blame immigrants and the left about everything. Like here in the UK, we had 14 years of the Tories. And now that Labour get in, all of a sudden it stopped the bolts and, oh my God, immigrants are bad and immigrants, blame the immigrants, blame the immigrants. Why? Because as soon as Labour got in, the media's narrative shifted towards immigration, even more so, because they know that the rich are unpopular and they know that taxing wealth is a very popular stance, but they get morons like your side to keep believing that immigration is the problem. The problem is Labour are doing more than the Tories ever did to kick people out, to the point where we haven't even had any boat crossings in over a month now. And now the narrative is they're looking for something else to blame now. Now they're talking about fucking the disabled now. And now they're talking about other bloody random shit. You know what I mean? They have not, they just need an enemy. They need a boogeyman so that the rich can keep doing what they're doing. And yeah, the corruption, I mean, in this country, the corruption is just absolutely shocking. Anyway, this Labour government is one of the worst governments, period. They make the bloody Tories look more competent.
No, but I want to respond to Rigby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, before you going on label, like Charlie Kirk was a great debater, and Charlie Kirk was a terrible debater. But the moment he started coming across people who knew their shit, they couldn't do shit, and he didn't build
Everyone
bridges.
that's joined in
The
there.
guy was a divider. You know, this is a motherfucker who said that he would be worried about flying on a plane with a black pilot. Why the fuck does the race of a person matter? Tucker Carlson said a similar thing that he'd be really upset if a black lesbian they had to do surgery on him. Like, why the fuck do these things fucking matter? You know, to these motherfuckers. But they didn't build bridges at all. Like I said, nobody quotes him. You know, they call him some sort of modern day Martin Luther King, but they dare not quote him because whatever he said was fucking. The guy was a troll. And you saw the moment when he came to debating college students, he came to England, started debating Cambridge University students,
And he got his
and
ass
they
handed to him.
and he got his ass handed to him because he was debating the cream of the fucking top, and he couldn't fucking handle it, you know.
Yeah. And the
And
thing
the
is as
crazy,
well.
yeah,
Sorry, go on. No, no, go on, go on.
this is a crazy. Yeah, you already obviously mentioned this, and very good rebuttal regarding everything about being woke and stuff like that. But when things are so blatantly racist that it's acceptable nowadays, yes, you guys are going to dilute the term racism because it's so in your face. Everything can be racist nowadays. You know, even like the even like the people protesting against the genocide in Palestine. Palestinian supporters are getting arrested on the streets of United Kingdom. For another country by the British police.
Yeah.
There was a famous clip of this one guy who said he was pro genocide. He didn't get arrested. Everyone else did. He was trying to prove a point. He wasn't pro genocide at all, but he was just trying to prove a point. He was the only person left with a sign standing in that place. Everyone else was either dispersed or arrested. And that's
Yeah.
racism.
I mean,
You're obsessed with racism. I'm sorry if I am considered obsessed
I
with what I
mean, the
see.
right is obsessed with racism because now they say
yeah.
anytime you point out that they have they point out basically anytime they point something out and you prove it as wrong or their facts or whatever, they'll be like, oh, it's racist because I'm white. No, you can be wrong and be any color, but just calling you out on something doesn't mean it's racist.
I
And
agree.
also, wouldn't
Ice.
our side is not the ones locking up people for being brown, shoving them in concentration camps for being brown. We're obsessed with racism. Oh,
I'm
who's
sorry.
Los
I'm still
Santos?
here. I'm still here. I was supposed to just close my screen.
Oh, okay,
Well,
mate.
how do I do this again?
Bottom, the camera,
I,
bottom
I,
at the
I,
bottom.
there we go. No. I done it again. No. Oh,
Hang on, what's going on here? Oh, let me see if I can
oh, here
disable
we
your
go.
camera.
Here we go.
Oh,
Here we go.
there
I
we
got
go.
it. Yeah.
There we go.
There we
There
go.
we go.
I just need a sip of water.
Oh, that's fine. And the thing is, as well, like to Zan's point about people in this country getting arrested. Now, our government. Now, when you are in jail and you are on a hunger strike, the government is meant to send in medical help. Um, they were blocking ambulances from getting in there. It wasn't until Zara Zoltana showed up and put pressure on the prison and made a fuss out of it because it was completely ignored in the media. Media wasn't covering the hunger strikes. And finally, because of her, that they stopped one of the hunger strikers from dying. She's still on a hunger strike. And the reason they're on a hunger strike is because they've been jailed with no trial. They're still awaiting trial. There's been no trial. And their biggest crime was just, being what do you call it? Conscientious objector to the genocide in Israel and being part of a group that, and this, by the way, this is like, when I argue with Zionists, I no longer accept the fact that even though they are, I no longer accept the fact with them. They say, "Oh, you support terrorists in Hamas," and I'm like, Hamas aren't terrorists; they're freedom fighters. Just because the West has decried them and Hezbollah as terrorists doesn't make it so. You know what I mean? The biggest terrorists in the world are the Americans and the Israelis. There are no bigger terrorists. Like they're blowing up other people's countries. They've just got bigger weapons. They're not blowing themselves up. They've got drones and jets to do it. So I go, what is their morality and their reasoning for doing so? Unprovoked attacks on other sovereign nations compared to people that are fighting for their freedom. I said no. So my official stance on Hamas now is I just call them freedom fighters because it winds them up massively.
Yeah.
You
Because
know
the
what I mean?
government pretty much defines terrorists. Because,
Yeah,
like, you go back in history, and the early Brits and Americans, rebelling against the crown, they were terrorists. It's like you can't. Basically, if you're going against the government status quo, you're a terrorist. So that could be. Heck, we could
exactly.
probably be labeled terrorists in our own countries.
Well,
Well, you
listen,
probably will be soon. To tell
yeah,
you the truth. If you're
yeah. I mean, in this
anti-Trump, you'll be
country,
labeled a terrorist.
yeah, in this country, if you support Palestine action, you are labeled a terrorist sympathizer, and you can get locked up for it. So just because the government deems it so doesn't mean it, and especially when all the evidence points to the contrary. Now, you can openly say like groups like ISIS and Al Qaeda are terrorists, for sure, because they're stateless and how they operate. But Hezbollah and Hamas are literally fighting for the survival of their people, and Israel also helped Hamas rise to power because it's better to have a bunch of fundamentalists that it's easier to make excuses for blowing them up than it was to have the secular PLO. So again, miss me with that bollocks. I'm not ever going to sit here and accept one side of the argument without them accepting that their side are far worse. That's just how it is now. And I think people need to take a stance and just to really and again, now in the UK, like just to show you how much the claws of Zionism have infested this country and the control it has and how authoritarian this country has become. Now, if you talk about globalizing the Intifada, you can get locked up for it. Like, it's ridiculous. And the people that are going to trial to get Palestine action, get it retracted that they're a prescribed terrorist organization, they replaced the judge that was going to overlook the case with a fucking Zionist judge, and taking away like trial by jury as well. It's just like I said it, and do you know what? I said it, and when sometimes you're just like, look, his the way he's running the Labour Party, he's a fascist. But I'd never expect it to get to this fucking point where it's infiltrated the courts, and that's what I said. Brill Cream Fascist is my nickname for Keir Starmer, and here we are, where the fucking Zionists have completely taken over our country. It's insane, and it's going to get fucking worse. That's why I said to people, and I was very honest with some of the councillors in this, because they were talking about the election next year, and I said to them, listen, no offense, but you lot are going to get your asses handed to you because you are part of a government that is supporting a genocide, and you're not doing enough to help people that are in need. You're just carrying on Tory policies. And I said, you're going to get your asses handed to you. And, they know this. That's why they're ramping up their efforts to kind of put more funding into areas that are more diverse, let's say. So my borough is very diverse. And so they're pumping more money in to kind of help pacify the people. But I said, it's just not going to be enough. I said, you have to, do a lot more to pacify the masses. But the damage is done. And it's quite scary. And what's worse is if we get reform in 2029, it's going to be fucking worse. So, just saying, for those that aren't aware, the state of the UK, it's worse than you think.
I just don't get their logic. Sorry, Xana. I just don't get their logic where they'll bomb entire cities out of existence because terrorists. Let's just pretend they're right. There's terrorists there. Why would you bomb an entire city? Like, if there's a bank robber in New York City, you go into that bank and apprehend the bank robber. You don't level the block. It's such stupid logic.
Yeah, I mean, because their ultimate goal is to destabilize the government so they can get their corporations in and take their oil. That's all this is about. Like for Israel, it's like the greater Israel expansion. And by the way, fuck Greece and fuck Cyprus. They have completely sold us out because both of those governments have joined a security pact with Israel now because they want extra security against the Turks. And I'm like, I have more trust in Erdogan's government than I do Netanyahu's government, whose people are already taking over parts of Cyprus. And you want to do a deal with these fucking people? Like, okay, Cyprus is in a rock and a hard place. It's fucked either which way it goes. But if I'm Cyprus, I will do more to get my Turkish brethren on the other side on board and ramp up anti-Zionism to defend the island than I would joining a security pact with fucking Israelis. It's not going to end well because part of the great Israel expansion includes fucking Cyprus. It's a colony. They're colonizers. What do they fucking expect? And so, like, and Greeks fucking hate Israel. They hate it with a passion. You know what I mean? They hate They don't hate the Israelis. They hate the Israeli government with a passion. And they've always fought on the side of the Palestinians because we were victims of the Ottomans as well. And we were victims of the Western imperialism and all this kind of shit. So we understand the plight of the Muslim world. That's why when the rest of Europe was like under threat of terrorism from like, Muslim fundamentalists and all that, Greece was looking at them like, ha, you did this to yourself. We're okay. We're good friends with the entire fucking Muslim community. Now it's a different story. Now they completely sold out their fucking principles and our freedoms to back a genocidal government. It just sickens me. I blame Block. I blame you.
Well, I think it's that time now, fellas. I'm trying to find it. Where the hell is it on this goddamn thing?
Sure. Do you want me to get it for you?
I think I got it. Yeah, here we go. You ready?
It's Zam's TikTok treasure!
I
Look
tell
at
you
that
what,
physique.
I don't know who that guy is, but he looks nothing like Zam. But regardless, good attempt on the AI. Don't you think so, Block?
I love the shirtless Zamario thing going on there.
Okay, I totally understand.
It oozes sexuality. It really does. Right, let's see. Have I done 30 minutes on this? Oh, I've done my 30 minutes live. Good. Right, I can kill this stream and come back live another day.
Okay, so let's just check out some white supremacist propaganda, shall we?
I'm in Bolton, my hometown, where I've
What
lived
year
my
is it?
entire life, and they've just erected a statue.
Oh, can you hear this, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, start again.
I'm in Bolton, my hometown, where I've lived my entire life, and they've just erected a statue of a family from the Middle East.
I knew
believe
that
it.
was coming. So funny.
I thought this was Britain. I'm in Bolton, my hometown, where I've lived my entire
This one might be a bit of a long one, but no, let's do this one. Let's do this guy.
I saw this post. I've never met a white man with 5 kids and 3 baby mamas. That is shocking bull knowledge. Here, let me show you. First up, Donald Trump. He has 5 children with 3 different women. He is literally the go-to white guy for this sort of thing. This is entry-level bull knowledge. I mean, this guy's behavior has been well documented ever since he got involved with politics. Granted, the majority of the United States doesn't really seem to care about it, but still, people should know this. Second on my list is Boris Johnson, former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. This man, to put it bluntly,
8%.
could
Welcome.
not pull out of his own driveway. We don't actually even know how many kids this man has, but it's rumored to be 9 kids with at least 3 different women. I mean, do you realize how insane that is? I'm not entirely sure what this man has that makes women want to, but clearly the white boy's got motion. Should also be noted that much like Donald Trump, Boris Johnson is a serial cheater and liar that somehow the United Kingdom felt comfortable making our Prime Minister in 2019. But that is a conversation for another time. Then finally, I give you Elon Musk. I couldn't believe this when I read this, but he has 14 kids with 4 different women. 14 kids, most of whom want absolutely nothing to do with him. And that is funnier than anything Elon has ever said. I saw this post. I've never met a white man.
It's so good, isn't it? It's
The only-
amazing when. Yeah.
Sorry, the only kid that ever wanted anything to do with Elon Musk was the one he was using as a bullet shield. For
No,
a
he's
period.
he's just a child. He doesn't know any better. When
Yeah,
you find out that his
child
dad
is like
used him as a bullet
kid.
shield, you go, fuck you.
Yeah.
So we talked
I
about
don't think
this
football
earlier.
fans heading to the 2026 World Cup realise how much they have been gaslit with some of these host cities. This really is one occasion where the European mind can't comprehend. Gillette Stadium in Boston. At least that's what the official FIFA website says. But in reality, it's around 30 miles away from downtown Boston. Which, to put it in perspective distance-wise, is only a little bit shorter than Manchester to Liverpool. That's probably the most extreme example, but Hard Rock Stadium in Miami? Yeah, that's 17 miles out of the city centre. And of course, don't forget to factor in traffic, because public transport, well, that's a myth in a lot of American cities because of their love affair with cars. The official website for the World Cup has it down as New York, New Jersey, which are 2 completely different states. MetLife Stadium, which they're claiming to be New York. only the 10 miles or so from the actual city centre. Welcome to Dallas, Texas, or at least that's what you'd think if you were reading the FIFA website. Because of course, the host city, which is said to be Dallas, the stadium is actually in a completely different city altogether. Only the 18 miles or so to get there. The most shameless is probably San Francisco Bay area, because Levi's Stadium, well, 42 miles away from San Francisco. What are they thinking?
Where is it? In Seattle?
I don't think football fans head into the 2020.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, it is. Gammon baiting. You like a bit of gammon baiting, don't you?
I actually just love
gammon
gammon baiting. Like, wait until you see what this is in reply to. Someone in this very welcoming Facebook group posted, I don't know if this is true, that's how deeply ingrained halal is. If anyone is in M&S today, could they please check? Oh God, what have M&S done? And it's someone joking that M&S have introduced Khalifa the caterpillar. How can you see this? I can't believe it. I just don't get it. You'd think the amount of AI slop that gammons make, they would be able to notice like their own. But it's actually biblical. Like, they actually get angry over this. Like, under the original post, you just got people joking that it should be the Qatar pillar or one of the 5 caterpillars of Islam. But then you just got actual gammons losing their mind, thinking that this is legit in M&S. It's like when someone said Big Ben was going to be renamed Massive Mohammed, and we had like genuine people going, "You've got to be kidding me!" I'm telling you, gammon baiting is.
Big Ben was going to be
Massive Mohammed, yeah.
It needs to be a thing, right? It's just so much entertainment. You post something that's blatantly not true. Everyone in their right mind knows it's not true, and yet they'll believe it. It's brilliant.
No gullible motherfucker is a right-wing cunt. Okay, let's see what she has to say.
In Texas who just saved a bunch of special needs kids who live next door to him, it's a lot worse than what they're telling us.
Oh, this is amazing. What's this?
I feel like this should be everywhere, but there's a reason it's not. Justin was getting home at night. He heard someone screaming out for help at his neighbor's house in the backyard in the cold. And as he's walking up, he can hear this person is a woman screaming for her mother. Then finds out she's locked in a dog kennel inside a enclosed fenced-in area within this backyard.
What the heck?
Then tries to talk to this woman.
Just breathe, okay?
Calm her down. He calls help, calls 911, and then the mother comes outside. And the mother is Candy Thompson. Full name, Candace Thompson. She is more concerned about putting her dogs up while her neighbor is asking, why is there a special needs child locked in a cage outside in the cold at night?
Can I put my dogs up?
I'm scared, mother.
She then comes up with all kinds of excuses. None of it even comes close to justifying the level of abuse he is witnessing. Instead of letting her out, she keeps her in that kennel. Justin Anderson, the young man who lives next door, who has heard screams like this before but has never been able to catch it, he is able to do on this particular night, is calming this special needs child down because she is in full panic attack. She's screaming for her mom, begging to be let out, telling her that she needs to go to the bathroom. Her mother doesn't let her out. It takes the police showing up to let this special needs child out.
Just breathe, okay? Help is here. Help is here. We'll breathe, okay? You're okay. This ain't gonna happen to you again. It's okay, sweetie. Got you help, all right? What's your name? Emily. I'm Justin, okay? Emily, it's gonna be okay. Here. Can you see me right here? Yeah. Hey, I'm so sorry.
Are you one of the police officers?
No, ma'am. I'm not. I'm your neighbor. I'm your neighbor, and I've heard you so many times. I got you help, okay? This has happened.
It's like a lot.
Yeah, she locks you in?
It's here.
I know. Emily, right? Okay, hey. Hey, it's okay. Just talk to me, okay? Talk to me. How old are you?
22.
You're 22? It's okay. The help is here. If you look behind you, Emily, there's a police officer, okay?
They then arrest Candy, who bonds out the next day, but they find that there are 2 other special needs children inside of the house, all of which are taken away from Candy, who is their certified foster mother. We then find out that this woman
Wait,
is
why did she even get
married
banned?
to the late police chief in this town.
Because she's married to the
Her
police
husband
chief.
is Jack
That's why.
Thompson. It gets even darker when you learn that they have 6 biological children and have fostered over 50 foster children. Wow, did all of this happen after her husband died of a pulmonary embolism in 2020? Doesn't sound like it. Facebook groups in this town, people are defending Candy. They are saying Candy's a good woman. There's a reason she did this, even with this footage. At the same time people are trying to defend this woman, other people are in the comments sharing that she has been reported multiple times for abuse to her foster children. That's right, this isn't the first incident, not the second, the third. There's no telling how many times and how many children this woman and potentially her late husband has abused. And how has this gone on for so long? Not just because he was the police chief. Before he was the police chief, he was a detective for Child Protective Services in
Unbelievable.
Texas. The only
What?
silver lining in this story is that those 3 special needs kids are no longer in this woman's care. Thanks solely to the young man next door, this is finally being investigated.
You never know who you...
Yeah,
It's like a CSI episode or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, time for the orange nuts.
Ivanka is his daughter. Ivanka is his daughter. This is his daughter. Ivanka Trump is his daughter. This is his daughter and his wife. Now this is Ivana Trump. Ivana Trump is Donald Trump's first wife. She is the reason that we have Eric, Don Jr., and Ivanka Trump. They're his oldest kids. She is his first wife. They were married for quite some time. Here's the side-by-side. This is Ivana Trump and Ivanka Trump. Ivanka apparently means little Ivana in their native language. So that's why she's named Ivanka. Now, Donald Trump had married Ivana Trump, and she recently died in 2022. She fell down the stairs and is now buried at his golf course. I'm not even kidding you. Apparently, he does not even landscape it. And this photo was proven factual by Snopes, so do with this what you want. He buried her on his golf course for the tax breaks. Now, this is Ivanka Trump today. You might know her husband, Jared Kushner, because his name has been floated around quite some time. He was very active in the first Trump administration, but he is married to Ivanka Trump. And everyone forgets about Tiffany Trump. This is from his second marriage, and she grew up very far away from him, and he does not like her. He has called her ugly. He's called her fat. He just does not like her, which is insane considering how attached he is to Ivanka. And boy, do I mean attached. We have a ton of photos and videos of this. We have a ton of evidence that he is obsessed with his daughter. We have a ton of video footage and radio interviews of him saying that he would date his daughter. It's very clear that something happened between these two, and it's really disturbing. This is just disturbing behavior. This is Ivanka Trump today. So, she's objectively very pretty, but I am not her father, so it's not weird if I say that. So, Ivanka is his daughter, Ivana is his ex-wife. Have a good day. Ivanka.
I mean, if that was my daughter, I'm joking. But yeah, I mean, and the fact that it just goes to show, I mean, that was the kind of first insight into him being a nonce. And now all the other stuff, all the Epstein stuff as well, just fucking confirms that. Yeah, he's a goddamn nonce.
This is a beauty. Check this one out.
Starting on day one, we will end inflation and make America affordable again.
The word affordability is a Democrat scam.
We will make America affordable again.
I don't want to hear about the affordability. One of my top priorities will be to quickly defeat inflation and make America affordable again. Affordability is a hoax that was started by Democrats.
Starting on day one, we will end inflation and make America affordable again.
They use the word affordability. It's a Democrat hoax.
Starting on day one, we will end inflation and make...
This guy, he makes lying into an art form.
Well, that's
okay,
so
is Trump saying he's a Democrat because he came up with all them hoaxes? I heard him say it.
He was a Democrat. Let's not forget that.
Yeah,
anyway, this one is the boomer in me, which is why let's check it out.
1960s tattered red thermaline zip-up hoodie with safety pin attached hood.
So I thought this was a joke until I went on their website. This post-apocalyptic zombie-ass hoodie is listed for $250. And if that weren't bad enough, they are also selling 70% of a pair of pants for full price. The modern American consumer's brain will be studied for generations.
Block, this is why we make fun of you guys, okay? And shit like that. Alright.
I think Reform are starting to realise what happens when you pander to the far right. Listen to this. So over in Portsmouth, they've announced this bloke Addy is their campaigner in one of the wards. Which, first of all, Addy, mate, like, I think you're barking up the wrong tree here, fella, I'll be honest. But the Reform councillor said he's originally from Bangladesh, but he's ready to stand up for his community with Reform. But surprise, surprise, when your party panders to the far right, these are the sort of replies your followers will give. Like, they say, oh, we don't want to all that. And the Reform councillor's trying to go, you know, he's on a student visa, he's paying tax, he's integrated. But it didn't matter because they were still just replying with tax doesn't matter. You know, he needs to go back. And they're saying, wow. Were you not expecting this? One person even said, deport him and you can join him if you want. But I said, where are you deporting me to? Like, this is what happens when your party panders to these views. And there were genuinely just so many comments like this under that post. In the end, it got a bit confusing. Someone said he came over on a student visa. If his studies are over, he can now leave. And then the council went, I believe one day he will. Like, do you want him to stay and campaign here, or do you want him to go as well? I think Reform are starting to realise what happens when...
Yeah, I mean, you know, these people, they just don't, they're so devoid of irony. They don't get it. They just want power. They don't understand life, people, anything. They just want the power and the money. And that's what they're going to do. Once they're in power, they're just going to ransack and bleed this country dry. They're doing it to the councils that they run. They've ransacked, they've bled dry the councils within just a few months of being in power there. Like, you know, other councils, it's taken decades of austerity to get to where they are. Reform come in and said, we're going to save millions of this council. And then they come in and they're like, oh, actually, it's costing us more to save money. Fucking idiots.
Dude. Fucking Brexit happened because of Nigel Farage, and nothing could come from Brexit, and they still want this motherfucker to be prime minister.
Yeah,
it's crazy what racism and xenophobia, how it destroys the logical fallacies in the brain of the fascists.
You know what? If you want an insight, if you go to r/Great British Memes on Reddit, somebody put up a post. There's that famous post where they have like a dividing fence of property on the left and mansions on the right. And usually they'll be like, this is socialism, this is capitalism, even though this is, you know, it's a hypocritical kind of post. But in this one, the divide with the slums on the left and the mansions on the right, they've got, you know, Reform voters as the poor people and Reform leaders are the ones living in the mansion, but it has like a Russian flag on top of them, which was hilarious. And just go to find that post in British Memes. I don't know who posted it, but find that post and just read the comments. Just read the comments. You will see how fucking thick Reform voters are.
No. These motherfuckers everywhere. The other day, I was playing FIFA at Pro Clubs, and one of the teams was called Stop the Bots. The team was called Stop the Bots.
That's just an edgy kind of, you know, twats you usually get on there.
Let's continue.
Starting on day one, we will end inflation and make America affordable again. But the word affordability is a Democrat scam. One of my top priorities will be to quickly defeat inflation and make America affordable again. I don't want to hear about the affordability. We will make...
Yeah, we kind of showed this one already.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, everything's
Who in their right
solved. We
mind
don't need to
decided
worry
that
about
these
it. We
ticket
took care of it.
prices for World Cup games are normal?
Ticket prices are an absolute joke.
They're crazier than I could have even imagined.
This better be my seat. This better right in the middle of the pitch.
If there ever has been a sign that the game is gone, this is one.
I need a sugar mommy for this World Cup ticket. I'll take a sugar daddy too.
Where am I getting 2 bands from? To watch a group stage game?
Fans shouldn't be priced out of their own sport. I knew the final was going to be expensive, but holy smack, bro. 5K?
Dynamic pricing and all of that nonsense. It's going to ruin it. Football needs atmospheres.
I better be able to walk the kids out. Just like that. Walk them out. I'm paying 4 bands.
FIFA needs to get in the real
world, and all these fat cats need to stop putting the prices up for profiteering.
This is the American effect, people. You know how the general public can't go to NFL games because they're so expensive? They're carrying this over into the World Cup.
Who the let America take charge of this? Why are they in charge of this? We saw how horrendous it was at the Club World Cup.
They have to change it. Nobody's going to go to these games.
FIFA, you are a disgrace, and we as fans need to fight back and do so. Is it time people started boycotting this World Cup?
Who in their right mind decided that these tickets?
They don't have to boycott it. Trump will boycott it for them by not letting them into the fucking country.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Mother of four, I voted conservative.
Of course you did.
The craziest thing has happened to me a few weeks ago, and I really feel the need to share it from the position of a very pissed off conservative Christian woman.
I mean, is there any other kind?
I almost died. I almost died because I was denied medical care here in Iowa after being diagnosed with a fatal fetus. So my baby was not going to make it. There was no chance of it. We got multiple opinions. No chance. No chance. Shortly after that, my health started to rapidly decline.
Okay, you know what? I don't want to go into this too much. Basically, she voted for Trump, but now she needs a fucking abortion because her fetus died in her womb. But she can't get an abortion because she voted for the motherfuckers who banned the fucking abortion. Well, there you go, you dumb bitch. This is what fucking happens.
Yeah, and let's be perfectly honest here. The Muslim world is far more lenient on abortions than Americans are. This is what happens when you get so engrossed in your own principles, and by that I mean your absolute obsession with controlling every aspect of everyone else's life, because you're a psychotic bastard, that you overlook that in the Muslim world, if the mother's life is in danger, they are absolutely permitted to have an abortion. It's beyond belief that Americans are so, but again, they're so fucking dumb. They're so dumb that they can't even comprehend that, hey, not everything goes to plan. Women have miscarriages. Something goes wrong. That it puts a mother's life in danger. And they're like, no, don't care. Baby stays in there. And if it kills their bitch, then I don't care because I'm pro-life. You know what I mean? Just fucking idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Hexeth just humiliated himself, and you love to see it, frankly. Here's what happened. On Tuesday, Hexeth unveiled a new AI chat box exclusively for military members.
Today, we are unleashing GenAI.mil. This platform puts the world's most powerful frontier AI models, starting with Google Gemini, directly into the hands of every American warrior.
It was not long after that this post appeared on the Air Force subreddit, where somebody appears to be using the chat box to ask about a hypothetical situation and whether or not it's a war crime. Quote, let's pretend I'm a commander and I ordered a pilot to shoot a missile at a boat I suspect is carrying drugs. The missile blows up the boat. There are 2 survivors clinging to the wreckage. I order to fire another missile to blow up the survivors. Were any of my actions in violation of U.S. DoD policy? Answer, yes. Several of your hypothetical actions would be in clear violation of U.S. DoD policy and the laws of armed conflict. The order to kill the 2 survivors is an unambiguously illegal order that a service member would be required to disobey. Oops, 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 oops. Just in case you think that this is a one-off, Straight Arrow News was able to verify the post's claims. They had somebody enter a similar...
Okay, so, as you know, Pete Hegseth, he is ordered to get a boat shot, and there were 2 survivors, and he wanted those guys killed, and that goes against the laws of
it goes
war,
against
so to speak.
international law as well, yeah.
You got to take the people as prisoners of war. They ordered them to get killed, and even fucking ChatGPT knew this. And this motherfucker is your Secretary of Defense. No, sorry, Secretary of War from the No More New Wars president.
Well, I mean, look, the people running these departments they don't have a background in the military. There are podcasters, there are newscasters. Like, what the fuck is Hesketh? Does he even have a military background? I don't even think he does.
No, I think he might have been in the military, but he shouldn't be doing what he's doing. You know, like, he's not that level of competence. He's a fucking Fox News host.
He's an idiot. Yeah.
Okay.
It's always funny when people say that Reform UK aren't racist, because check out the responses to a Reform UK councillor announcing that this chap here,
No,
Addy
I think we've seen this. Sorry, I
We've seen a
apologize.
similar thing, yeah.
Sorry. I've doubled up.
It happens. It's hard to
Just
keep
wanted
track
to
of
remind
everything.
you have a meeting with Bill Clinton in 5 minutes.
I'm very busy at the moment.
I mean, you could just blow him off.
That's not a bad idea.
President Trump. Oh my God.
Oh, that's good, Donnie P. Way better than Monica, right, Bill? Oh, the Oval Office brings back memories. They should call it the Oral Office, right?
I'll give you some privacy.
Why did
Just
you
wanted
need
to
that big LOL at the bottom, man? These people have no.
I don't know, but that's how it goes,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's brilliant. That was
Mr.
brilliant.
Brown, it's my understanding you also voted for President Trump.
Yes, sir.
Why did you vote for him?
Because I was an idiot.
Can you be more specific?
The 80%.
Look, that, by the way, that's the priest next to him who got shot in the face by ICE.
Oh, really?
Evangelical Christian people were lied to, if you really want to know the truth, and that's exactly what happened. They said criminal, and I believe criminals need to be off the street.
I just want to make sure people watching this understand who you are.
Well,
and who Donna
criminals need
is.
to be off the street, and I agree with that.
You're not
That's
criminals.
what's sold. Correct. But if you watch the news channels even today, they're talking about all the heinous criminals that they're getting. And truth be told, there's been about 800 actual criminals that they've gotten off the street. The
Donna
rest of
is
them-
also the mother of a Marine.
Yes.
An active Marine in Okinawa today.
Yes, sir. We actually have his dogs.
Mr. Brown.
Okay, I don't know why I chose that one, but anyway, let's go to this one.
My dad went to his ICE check-in today, as he has for the last 23 years, and they detained him today. And I'm so worried about him. My dad is almost 80 years old, and he's been in this country since he was about 16 years old, so about 60 years of his life he's been here. He knows no other country, really. What ICE is doing is so inhumane and so wrong. My dad is an elderly man who has serious medical conditions. He has a progressive liver disease that, if not treated and monitored very closely and carefully, could result in death. He has diabetes. He recently had his gallbladder.
You guys always strategically make these videos without stating who you voted for. So I went and checked out your Instagram. I went and checked out your Twitter. You're following people like Jack Posobiec, DC Drano, the Millennial Republican.
It's coming up next,
and
Rick.
you were reposting like this making fun of post of the fact that when like Jimmy Kimmel got fired. We can tell who you voted for, babe. I don't know what to tell you. I feel bad for your father, but I do not feel bad for you. And it's the fact that you guys like never care until it affects you is driving me insane. The fact that you even jump on this platform and say, yeah, by the way, this happened to me, and don't follow that up with, and I voted for Trump, by the way, and this happened to me, and I'm really remorseful of my vote. I'm really regretful of my vote. Let me educate others on how harmful voting for Trump actually was. You guys decide to just play the victim card and pretend that you did not participate in what had happened to your father. So when you guys see this video and you see her crying with her sob story, just know that this is in fact what she did vote for. My name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow. You want to see my face again? Thank you. Goodbye. And just to be clear, I normally have sympathy for these people, but only the...
That's enough.
Yeah.
But, like I was saying, these motherfuckers, they get what they voted for. Just a few more and then we're done, okay?
Yep, that's fine.
I find the psychology of the far right absolutely baffling, and I would be grateful to anyone who can explain this to me. Because this guy, Steve Miller, says that dear, ordinary, decent people should be proud to tell others that they support Reform UK. He says, don't worry about people claiming you're racist.
By the way, this is not Stephen Miller. This is a different one, okay?
No, no, Steve Miller.
For doing so. You aren't. You simply care about your country. Right? Nice and straightforward. Got it. We're patriotic. We're not racist. We just care about our country. And in the next breath, Steve writes, choices. Time to emigrate from the UK, Poland, Hungary, United States, or Dubai? Dude, you can't say to your wife, God, I really love you. I love you so much. I'm not going to be afraid to tell people that I love you. I might even put a flag outside that says how much I love you. And also, I'm trying to decide which of your friends I should leave you for. I don't know if I should leave you for Sandra up the road, Mary from church, or Julie from the other side of town. You can't do that. Like, this isn't loving. This isn't loving a country. You can't claim to love a country and then mull over where you're going to go to instead. This is an account that loves to complain about immigrants and asylum seekers, you know, that rhetoric about Britain is full and we can't take any more people, and then tweets, can I just claim asylum in America at this point? Because the way this government is treating its own people feels like grounds for it. Anyone else feeling the same? What happened to stopping in the nearest safe country? There's not a war on in Britain. Why do you need to leave a country where there isn't a war? What happened to going to the nearest safe country instead of going to a country where you speak the language and where you think you might be more comfortable? This is happening more and more often. There are so many right-wing anti-Muslim Britons fleeing to Dubai at the moment. It's actually incredible. By the way, this is my new account. I'm starting from scratch. It would be great to see some of you lefty, woke, anti-racists who followed me before following me again.
Okay,
So please, if you've got a moment, tap the follow button.
You know, this is the thing with white privilege now. These motherfuckers, they feel they can go anywhere and just plant their flag and stay there. It could be Dubai, and we're talking when it comes to a country which is majority white people. Is, you know what? I'm white myself. I can go there, no problem. Even though these same motherfuckers might have an issue with maybe some Polish people coming to England because they don't speak the language as their native tongue. English people or maybe American people who they can go anywhere the fuck they want because that's fucking white privilege. Motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a funny one. The short clip made me laugh.
Yeah, we'll make this.
How are you going to address the rising price of groceries in the U.S.? We have to bomb Venezuela. Mr. President, how are you going to...
No, all right, I thought that was funny. But look, no, this is going to be, no, two more, Ginger, two more. Okay?
Right.
Serious one, and then a funny one, okay?
A waitress named Brittany Bell, who works at TGI Fridays, recently went viral. One of her customers recorded a video of her at work. In the video, there's a toddler at one of her tables having a full-blown meltdown. The parents were overwhelmed, and Brittany didn't hesitate. She picked that baby up, held him in her arms, soothed him, and at the same time continued doing her job, checking on other tables, serving customers, handling business like a pro. Now the video blows up online. So, of course, TGI Fridays sees it, and they decide to make a whole production out of rewarding her. They bring out one of those big, dramatic checks. Cameras are rolling. They even show the CEO walking in like it's about to be some huge moment. They build it all the way up, and then Brittany opens the check. $500. Now listen, before anyone says anything, I'm sure Brittany was grateful. Any extra money is a blessing, period. But let's be real, TGI Fridays is a multi-million-dollar company, and this was a moment they completely fumbled. This could have been an amazing PR win, especially right before Christmas. The mother of that toddler was so moved and so disappointed by the company's response that she started a GoFundMe for Brittany. And the public, the regular people, they raised over $7,000 for her.
Nice.
No cameras, no big checks, just appreciation. So now we gotta ask, how is it that everyday folks can raise thousands, but a massive corporation only came up with $500? In my opinion, they missed the mark big time. A waitress named Brittany Bell.
This is the thing, like these motherfuckers, they just don't understand anything.
No,
they truly don't. They think that because you're so fucking poor, $500 is going to look like $5 million to you, when it just looks like you, the millionaire, are the stingy motherfucker.
Yeah, and
you should have got that. Should have been $5,000, and that would have been good as a minimum.
And they only did, and they made a whole publicity of it for TGI Fridays. They don't even care. She's the afterthought. It's like, oh, we saw a good thing happen in our store, in our restaurant, and we're going to milk it. Instead of just quietly being like, what you did was amazing. We can't believe it. Here's a bonus. But they made a whole thing of it, and it was only 500, like, you know, fucking idiots. If you'd have given her like $5,000, for example, it would have been a bit more of an incentive for other people thinking, oh, maybe I could get in on this kind of thing and be nice. But anyway, dumbasses. Good for the people.
Okay, so we're going to end with something funny now. Now, I came across these two guys, and I didn't know what to make of it as I was watching it. But I'll let you guys watch it, and you can make of it what you want.
you'd have a Republican president, and they'd say, welfare queen, Cadillac. They'd go announce their candidacy in Mississippi. That's all Reagan stuff, right? They'd never say, send them home, get them out of here. They're garbage people. They're trash. The Republican would say, well, we have some concerns about some of the immigrant populations integrating into American society. And then in the bar, the person that they're actually talking to would sort of rephrase what they mean. Get them the out of here.
All right, watch
That's
your
what
mouth.
they'd say. Send them home.
Yeah.
Get them out of here. And then we get Trump, who says the part that the racist drunks are supposed to be saying in the bar watching the news. So now I don't know what the racist drunks say. They just put on their hat?
That's got to deprive a lot of racists.
I think that's typical of Donald Trump. Selfish.
It is.
It's selfish. He gets to do all the racist stuff.
Yep.
And then you go stand out there in the line and you buy your T-shirts. And when he says something racist, you go, yay.
Yep.
But you don't get any credit for it. No, he does. All you can do is go along with his racist stuff. Is that the America you want? America built on racism? You gonna sit up there and let some old Yankee up there from New York City get all the racism?
Take it all from you. Yep.
Taking it from you, carpet bagging that racism
Yep.
from you. Son, you ain't who I thought you was.
After Trump gets done, you think there's going to be any racism left for you? It ain't going to be no trickle-down racism now.
No, you'd have a Republican president.
I just thought that was so funny.
That was a good payoff at the end.
Yes, there you go. Okay.
That was a good payoff. Cool. Lovely. Thanks for those videos, Zan.
You're welcome.
Now we're going to move on. Xanta. Yes, mask slip there. Oh, dear God. I broke the kayfabe, which is a perfect transition into our next topic. Just going to talk a little bit about wrestling. A few things that have been going on. Rick B, you're going to love this one because I'm going to be covering this first. So Sports Illustrated, now to be fair, they had other nominations as well that aren't on this list. These are kind of, I think, AEW centric. So we'll go. Can you see that all right?
Yeah, you gotta read that to me. It's a bit small.
Yeah. Don't worry. Let me see. Let me go to the
I photosized the screen. I can. It's not better. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me do that. There we go. Maximize. How's that?
Right.
Okay. So the Sports Illustrated did their awards. They have a wrestling section and they do their little award ceremony. And here we have. This is just the AEW stuff and a couple of WWE stuff. But you'll see at the top here. Promotion of the Year, All Elite Wrestling. Best Female of the Year, Mercedes Moné. Male Wrestler of the Year, Hangman Adam Page. Tag Team of the Year, FTR. Best in the Ring, Will Ospreay. Best on the Mic, Tony Storm. Breakout Wrestler of the Year, Carl Fletcher. Storyline of the Year, Hangman Redemption Arc. Rivalry of the Year, Hangman versus John Moxley. Show of the Year, AEW Double or Nothing 2025. So, now, I would disagree with a couple of these, but not all of them. Promotion of the Year is actually TNA. They've done amazing stuff. Their partnership with WWE benefited them greatly. They had their biggest crowds that they've ever had. In times they were even bigger than AEW's crowds. And they just put on some really great shows. That's not to take away from All Elite. Listen, WWE is in no way anywhere near like best promotion category because even MLW's had better shows than WWE. WWE has been a fucking disaster this year. And AEW's had some good pay-per-views. I think there's only 2 I didn't like. Don't quote me on the names because I always forget them. But your thoughts on that first one, Xanta?
Promotion of the Year, AEW.
Yeah.
it's like saying, like everything here is AEW. Everything
Here is AEW. They have another list. Let me see if I can get the actual other list up. I should have done that, but never mind.
You know what? I'm gonna quickly go get Zam because he's better at this than me.
Okay.
Hey Zam. Yeah, what's up? Can you continue this, please? I had enough. All right, no problem. I'm coming. I'll give you my top. You can wear my red top. It's very cold up. Okay, thanks very much.
They have the full list, or is it? I just want the full list. I don't want it.
Oh, thank you, Denta. Thank you for letting me wear this. It feels wonderful. All right, I'm here. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Dan, welcome to the stream. What was your, what are your thoughts?
Oh, sorry, what's going on? I have no idea.
Oh, well, basically, this is sport. I'm not going to repeat myself. Just fucking get on with it.
Promotion of the year, the AEW.
Yeah.
It's like being on an island and saying, I'm the best person on it. It's like, okay, fair enough.
Right, I'm trying to see again. The problem is, is this it? Yeah, okay. I'll share this one instead. Yeah. There we go. Can we see that one? Yes. Okay. All right. I'll read it out so you don't have to. I don't have to expand it. Anything. I would love to be given best match in AEW too. Whether it was, I can't even remember half of the stuff. So here we have, so they got like all right, I'll switch between the two. All right, we'll start again. I'm going with this list here. Story of the year, the redemption arc of Hangman Page. I mean, I haven't really been following wrestling that close, so sure, whatever. I mean, he's had an amazing year and he's done some amazing shit outside of wrestling that really kind of helped build his stock. After all the shit show that he did with CM Punk. So why the hell not? Rivalry of the year, Hangman, Adam Page, John Moxley. Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. There is nothing John Moxley has done. If they have an award for the worst wrestler of the year, it's fucking John Moxley by a country mile. Him and that whole, I don't even know what you call them. Let's just call them the Ku Klux Klan, okay? That whole fucking faction are the worst thing in wrestling. And that's not just me saying it. That is a universal fucking agreement, even among AEW fans, except for Rick B, because he's a troll. I mean, you see him in other Facebook groups praising WWE. So, don't listen to everything he says. So, yeah, John Moxley is the worst thing that's fucking in wrestling at the moment. So, no, I don't agree with that. Rivalry of the year. Adam Page, John Moxley. No, I would say it was probably Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes was a good rivalry of the year. Yeah. Heel turn of the year, Naomi. I mean,
no. We're talking heel turn. Heel turn. It's got to be John Cena.
That was the worst heel turn because it never went anywhere.
No. Him where it went nowhere. But nobody saw him turning heel. Actually, I thought as a joke he might turn heel, and he did exactly what I expected him to do. But heel turn. John Cena finally turning heel. Probably nobody ever saw that happening. Regardless of the actual heel run being shit, that heel turn itself, that was massive.
Okay. Fair enough. I think because it just didn't go anywhere, I can't really count it. But when it happened, it was pretty fucking awesome. So yeah, okay. Put that one in. Best on the mic, Timeless Tony Storm. I mean, she's amazing. I love Tony Storm. She's definitely one of the best talkers in the business. There's not many others that kind of stand out. I mean, you look at the promotions being cut. The only person that cuts an interesting promo in WWE is fucking. It's either CM Punk or bloody Drew McIntyre. Everyone else.
I like LA Knight.
LA Knight, but nothing memorable. You know what I mean?
But there's something about LA Knight which is like he's got an old school style that works.
Oh yeah,
well
sure.
in the modern era. Which I look at LA Knight as like as the Chris Jericho of modern wrestling, in the sense that he can lose all the fucking time and he's still over.
Yeah,
and he loses a lot.
It will go down as one of the worst booked people. They missed a treat with LA Knight. I'll never understand it. It's because he's not a WWE guy. It's as simple as that. He cut his teeth as Eli Drake in
Yeah,
TNA.
but so it's like other people have cut their teeth elsewhere. AJ Styles. He's always going to be a TNA guy
Yeah,
more
it's
than
true.
anything.
Yeah. So I don't know why they have a stick up their ass with him.
Goldberg and people like that. Ric Flair, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
That's the ones I can think of at the top of my head.
No, it's just I always see other people like Booker T's and
Well, Booker T was given more than he was.
Yeah,
Rey
but he was.
Mysterio was an ECW, WCW, Eddie Guerrero as well,
Yeah, but
and Benoit.
if you look at again with Booker T how he was in WCW compared to what a joke they made him in WWE,
Yeah, I
and then he
agree.
goes to TNA, and he has a great fucking run there. But yeah, to your point, no, there's been plenty of non-WWE guys that have come over and killed it. So yeah, that's a good point. Best in the ring, Will Ospreay. Well, he's definitely up there for sure. But I would personally put Gunther up there because that guy can
Really?
take. Yeah,
I think Gunther is very hit and miss, dude. Like he could have amazing matches, and you could have fucking matches that can cure your insomnia.
well, it
You know
depends.
what I mean?
It depends on his opponent. But if he gets the right person, like his match with John Cena was fantastic, apart from the end. I don't mind the ending. I thought it was the right ending. But what I mean is it dragged on. But I think just Gunther just is amazing. Will Ospreay is just a phenomenal talent. But again, I'm as I've gotten older, I just want technical shit on the mat. I'm sick and tired of all the flying around and the fucking high jumping and all this kind of lucha stuff. It was great for a time, but again, Will Ospreay winning the awards, I'm not against that at all. Can be boring in the ring. Well, okay. I genuinely like John Moxley. It's not me just saying that. Sports Illustrated is saying that he's a good wrestler. I'm not saying he's not a good wrestler. It's that his style, what he chooses and how he chooses, is so outdated. It's so cringe that I just don't want to see him. I want Dean Ambrose back. That's what I fucking want. Because Dean Ambrose, we all love Dean Ambrose. Like when he left and went to AEW, got all excited, and he ends up being a fucking somebody that's better off in CZW. I was just like, no, don't want to see any more John Moxley. He's my worst of the year. Comeback of the year, Ilya Dragunov, yeah, 100% after the injury nightmare that he's had, and he's just one of the GOATs. He's amazing, that guy. Tag team of the year, absolutely not. FTR, are you fucking kidding me? Jesus goddamn Christ. Like FTR. No. Who were the best tag team of the year, though? It weren't FTR, that's for sure. They're among the worst. They're a bloody joke. They're a joke team.
It's really hard to think of like a team that really sticks out.
No, me neither. FTR definitely ain't one of them. But yeah, a team that sticks out. I mean, again, WWE, no.
Maybe the return of the Hardy, return of the Hardys.
No, not really. They had a terrible match against the Dudleys as well. They're not that great. They're old. You can excuse them for being the way they are. But yeah, then we have a match of the year.
Then I'll go with Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, they've been spectacular this year. Hang on.
I mean, Shelley and Saban, they wrestle like they're still like in their 20s, man.
Yeah, exactly. Let's have a look. Yeah, hang on. Fucking hell, I come in to do these awards and my bloody brain just decides to draw a blank. Fuck off with your bloody cookies. No, I'll reject them all. Let me see. Oh, that was it. Yeah, the fucking Rascals. Jesus Christ, there was the Rascals from TNA. amazing. They're more of a faction, but they're a tag team within that. They were great. How can you call them a joke? FTR are a joke, mate. They lose all the time. They're just fucking. They're boring in the ring. I don't like them. They're so overrated. They're one of those fucking indie tag teams that every twat, like these idiot marks like. And then you see them in reality, and you're just like, I don't get the fucking hype. So yeah, match of the year: Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. I mean, it was a really good match. Was that the match of the year though? No. Fucking hang on. Let's see. I think Will Ospreay was in one of them, funnily enough. Let me have a look here.
It's really hard for me to.
Sorry, what?
It's really hard for me to think of a match of the year.
I mean, don't get me wrong. That was definitely one of them. I think that was the one where Io Sky won, right?
Yeah.
CM Punk versus Gunther was a fucking good one. As well.
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, yeah.
No, I didn't like that match.
No. That's it. Yeah, Will Ospreay versus Takeshita. That was a great fucking match. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. No, absolutely not. Young Bucks. No, I never put the Young Bucks in a best anything category. But sure, why not? Yeah, I think it was the Will Ospreay match that was the best of the year. I'm very biased towards TNA. No, it's just that I get annoyed that AEW and WWE get all the highlights when TNA has been coaxing under the radar and is better than both of the promotions. You know what I mean? I like wrestling. It's as simple as that. I like wrestling. So show of the year, AEW Double or Nothing. I mean, is it that one? Listen, all the best PLEs of the year were AEW's. It's as simple as that. So yeah, Double or Nothing. What was the other one they did that was really good? I'll go with that. Female wrestler of the year, Mercedes Moné.
Is she the one who joined WWE?
No, she's in AEW. It's Sasha Banks, mate.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking about the blondie.
That's Blake Monroe.
Yeah, sorry, they got similar sounding names.
Yeah, she's brilliant. She is. Now, in terms of wrestling matches, no. In terms of female wrestler, like what she's done, to promote indie wrestling, because she's gone on that wave of winning the belts everywhere, which I think is cool. It's something that will be talked about over the years. I would say yes, but if I'm talking about somebody with pure technical ability that's been a dynamite to watch, then I'll have to say Sol Ruka myself. That's my personal female wrestler of the year.
Oh, I like to call her Veruca.
Veruca, yes. So Veruca,
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought Sol Ruka.
I'll go with that. I'll go with
Sol
that.
Ruka. Yeah,
Mhm.
she's been amazing. But I do want to say, like, a lot of people give shit to Mercedes Moné, but I think she's really helped. She gives a shit about wrestling because she really did help elevate a lot of indie wrestling shows and put them on the map. So I'm not against this award.
I think she's, you know what, as well. Like for me, I look at her as that in between from the period where it was all bra and panty matches to where women's matches became way more taken seriously. She was that go between.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, well, she was part of the second wrestling revolution among women. The first one happened again, TNA Knockouts division, which was brilliant. So next awards we have, what was it? Oh fuck, where am I? Male wrestler of the year, Hangman Adam Page.
I'm going with biasness here. And I'm going to go once again with my man, LA Knight.
Yep, fair enough. I'm going with Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has been the best thing in wrestling
I
2025 in
but I
terms
think
of
that LA Knight has worked his ass off. He's finally been given a holiday because he had the shit beaten out of him on Raw
yeah.
after he lost to Gunter. But yeah, the guy like works all the fucking time, puts people over, has good matches, and yeah, I think he's very underrated, and he deserves to be a world champion.
Yeah, fair enough. So that's LA Knight for you, Drew McIntyre for me. I'm not against Hangman Adam Page or even Will Ospreay winning that awards. So yeah, fair enough. Promotion of the year again. Mine is TNA because of what they managed to do. That you know they just made they've returned back to what they used to be, like the kind of randomness, the entertainment. But at the same time, and I can't give it to AEW because AEW's shows, I didn't return back to them. I watched a couple and I was like, no, Dynamite. I don't watch Collision. You know what I mean? It's unwatchable. Same with like Raw and SmackDown, unwatchable. NXT is another one, but that falls under WWE. It's cheating to call it NXT on its own. But that would be my second best because their shows have been entertaining as well as their pay-per-views. And TNA, their pay-per-views and their shows have been amazing. Now, if you'd have said to me who had the best overall pay-per-views of the year, it's AEW by a fucking mile. But yeah, either way, WWE doesn't deserve to win promotion of the year. So the fact that it's AEW, that's absolutely fine.
By the way, we missed one actually.
What did we
on
miss?
that list? We jumped over one, comeback of the year.
No, I did that one. I said Ilya Dragunov.
Did you? I think Asuka.
Huh?
I'll put
Yeah,
Asuka.
Asuka, that's another good one. Yeah, absolutely, because she was off for ages. You know, Ilya and Dragunov, yeah, they both. So either one of those, absolutely fine. And Legacy Award, well, obviously it's going to go to John Cena, given it's his retirement year, which is fine. So that was those. You know, not the worst list in terms of list.
I realized why they did Saturday Night Main Event as John Cena's last match, because they really turned it into the John Cena pay-per-view, even though it wasn't a pay-per-view, and they wanted people to watch it as well because Saturday Night Main Event isn't a pay-per-view. It's free to watch, and so everyone got to see John Cena's final match. And also Saturday Night Main Event is the second longest running show after WrestleMania, I believe.
What's that?
Saturday Night Main Event is also the second longest running show after Mania.
Well, not really, because it's had massive breaks in between. They can't.
I know, but still, for what it is.
No, it's WrestleMania and SummerSlam are the two longest running WWE shows. Then Raw. You can't put Main Event because Main Event has been on off. That's
I know. Look, I agree, and I know WWE have made it more mainstream recently because obviously they want to
milk
pretty much have.
they can.
Or they also want to kind of have like 2 pay-per-views a month, and Saturday Night Main Event kind of fills that role. But yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, some stats I'm okay with, other stats no. But yeah, listen. I think they did the right thing doing Saturday Night Main Event as John Cena's last match for the reason that, unlike other pay-per-views, this one you can make it about John Cena, and the matches were kind of chosen by him. He wanted to showcase the younger, up-and-coming talent, and I really enjoyed the show. I thought it was excellent. Some of the match decisions, well, it was only.
I'm liking Obafemi, man. Obafemi,
I love him. He's brilliant.
Yeah, I love his ring walk and stuff, and all of that, and the other guys, there's that. Well, I didn't know one of the wrestlers was from London. Him and
from London. He's from Bradford.
Bradford, sorry, he's from England.
They kept saying Bedford, but Stu Bennett corrected them. Stu Bennett, what's his fucking Wade Barrett?
Wade Barrett, yeah,
corrected them. He's from Bradford. I forget his bloody name now. Carl something or something.
I mean, you got the guy who's bouncy in him, like
he's a spectacular wrestler. He's not to my don't really like that style anymore. That kind of fucking flippy, dancey, swatchy lucha stuff. But that guy's he's only 21, so he's got a huge future ahead of him. He wasn't even born. John Cena debuted in WWE. That's how fucking
Yeah,
young.
both of them. And
both of them.
And Veruca, she's got a win against Bailey, which I'm not surprised. Yeah, Bailey's in that period of her career now where she's become like a Natty Neidhart. She'll start putting people over.
Yeah, she'll put people over. It's time she'll start to wind down her career. Her contract's coming to an end. I don't know if she wants to cut her teeth somewhere else before returning. I mean, she'll have a job for life at WWE as a
her a
trainer.
stupid gimmick with like split personality and all of that. So it's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate shit like that. Just make her who she
How
is.
many women have they done that with? Their psychos, their split personalities. It's still the same generic crap. So yeah, I don't care about Bailey anymore. To be honest, I stopped liking her a long time ago. She's still a great wrestler. She's one of the best, but I just don't find her interesting enough to keep me captivated. So whatever they do, whatever. The right decision was putting Sol Ruka over. She'll be a WWE champion by the end of next year for sure. So yeah, that was a good match. The opening match was good. I just didn't like the finish. I thought that was stupid. But at the same time, it kind of you had that square off between Drew and Obafemi, so that was kind of cool to see. But yeah, as far as the last matches go, I thought John Cena's last match was fucking amazing. Up until that, but the sleeper holds bit dragged on a bit.
Smiling on the tap out.
Yeah, and like I said, like that epitomized John Cena in every sense of the word. How he doesn't respect wrestling. He doesn't know wrestling. He's a disrespectful piece of shit. He never took anything serious. He's a goofball. He's a twat. And he ruined an otherwise fantastic match.
I don't know how
just smile and tap out.
I don't know. Like it's really weird. Like maybe on paper it seemed like a good idea. Like I'm falling on my sword and he's happy about it. But it didn't pan out the way it was supposed to. I'm trying to be more credible here.
Yeah, but he knows it. As soon as the tap out came, then the bell rings and he just gets up, kip up on his feet, and it's just like.
What I didn't like was the after all of that, like everyone came, how Americana it got, like with everyone coming around doing the slow clap and all of that shit, and then for some stupid reason, Punk and Rhodes gave him the belts for him to like. He didn't want it, by the way. You could tell.
Yeah, he didn't want it.
He didn't want it. It wasn't about the belts. He wasn't a champion. I mean, it made no sense to give him the belts. It's so fucking stupid.
I think it was just because like they
and
both
then they did a little video montage.
Yeah,
did a little video montage at the end, like more Americana bollocks. I mean, fucking hell. Just end the fuck.
I didn't mind all that
done.
Personally, but yeah, each to their own. That's fair enough. But either way, I hope he sticks to his word and never come back. I've never liked John Cena. I'm never going to pretend to like John Cena. He's just not, for me, he's just somebody that's always been forced down our throats, worse than Roman Reigns was. And I've just never wanted him. Never once have I sat there and sided with him. The only time I sided with him was thinking, oh, they're going to turn him heel. They're going to turn, and they never fucking did. And then when they did, it was too bloody late. And it was meaningless.
They did it wrong. Like I said, they made him into a fucking moaning bitch when he could have just been like The Rock saying, "I'm the fucking man." You come out wearing some Versace. I mean, I'm the fucking man, and no one can fuck with me.
Yeah,
and fuck
I'm
you,
and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and fuck you guys for booing me. I don't need you. I mean, I don't need to pamper the kids anymore. I know who I am, all this stuff, but no, like they made, oh, you guys didn't like me, Hilton. I was telling people that we want the Hilton so badly that it might not end up being the way that we wanted it to be, and that was the case, unfortunately.
Yeah, and like for me, again, that just sums up WWE's product, and I think it is time for a change in management. I think Triple H needs to go. now he can go fucking do his political crap. He's sucking Trump off and all that kind of shit. So he can just go off and do that crap. And just let Shawn Michaels take over, because Shawn Michaels, what he's done with NXT is phenomenal. So let him take NXT, give CM Punk NXT to run, or Bailey or someone like that at NXT, because what CM Punk did with Collision was phenomenal. It was the best bloody thing AEW had at the time. But yeah, anyway, I'm not going to repeat myself. I've said this all before. You know, there needs to be creative change, less corporate interference. Stop making it such a soulless bloody product. Otherwise, it's a ticking time bomb. It's a ticking time bomb before people just ditch that. There's plenty of other stuff to watch. Again, AEW has had an incredible year. It's been up and down, personally speaking, but I think it's been one of their stronger years, and they need to capitalize on that. And Tony Khan needs to step away from the booking, because he started off great when he took control, but then again, he has the attention span of a gnat, and it just all kind of went to shit. So you need to get somebody that's a bit more consistent and creative in there to kind of help run that. And yeah, you know, it's been a weird year for wrestling. Overall, a really good year, because you look at AEW and TNA, even MLW has had some crackers. But yeah, anyway, so that's it about wrestling. There's not much else to really cover. It's going to be interesting to see what happens now, because their ticket prices are getting out of control.
Well, are we surprised about that?
No, not really. Will it come back to bite them on the arse eventually?
Regular people are getting priced out of everything.
Yeah, they are. Everything. You can't, it's unaffordable now. You can't. There's no pleasures in life. Everything has gone back to just being for the aristocracy, and the plebs have to just dig holes in the mud and be happy to do that. That's where we are now, and it's going to get worse in 2026. I really do hope that for the World Cup we just see lots of empty stadiums.
Yeah,
and just go from there. But yeah. Anyway, I think we can end it there. For anyone that joined us, thank you, and we wish you a happy holidays. No Merry Christmas here. This is a Christmas-free stream, even though I called it a Christmas stream. Kidding, obviously. Hope everyone has a good one. I personally am fed up with it all, but if I had Sam's job, I'll be doing what Sam's doing, and that's just working for Christmas.
Honestly, what look, the problem is that even when we get closer to Christmas, like, I don't say like stuff like Merry Christmas anymore, or it feels weird even saying it or whatever. Like, it's very hard to get that Christmas vibe, but everyone is struggling to fucking survive. You know, we you know, like, money's too tight to fucking mention. And I mean, obviously quoting that song, you know, the cost of living crisis and everything. How can we ever feel Christmassy with all of this shit hanging over us?
Yeah.
You know, like, it's impossible. You know,
and people are going to put themselves in more fucking debt again, just to kind of scratch that consumer itch, or to satisfy that consumer itch that they have, where they feel obligated to get presents. I said to my brother this year, look, I think it's time that we start instilling a lesson in the kids that we're not going to go overboard for Christmas anymore. I mean, the kids throughout the year, they get toys and all of that. And I said to him, Christmas shouldn't be a special time of the year anymore, because you know what the kids get, they get it all throughout the year. Lots of love, lots of activities. They're spoiled throughout the year as long as they do what they do academically. You know, I know they're only young, but they still have targets to meet and all this kind of stuff. And Christmas is basically, do you know what Christmas has just become? Me and my brother experimenting with different foods. That's what Christmas has become, which is fine. I don't mind that part of it. But I kept a strict limit this year. So I'm not spending more than £50. That's my fucking limit. I stuck to that limit. We've all said no, we don't want any presents with each other. I said we're just going to do the food stuff. And I think that just needs to become a norm, because people shouldn't be putting themselves in debt or feel obligated just because it's fucking Christmas. Like, all these holidays are just consumer based. Everything. The only one that was kind of skimming around the edges was Halloween, because it's here in the UK. I can't say for America, but in the UK, Halloween was just you get dressed up, you fuck off to a club, have a good time, and that's it. Trick or treat is always dead around here. Nobody fucking trick or treats, so it was always about that. That's again, now it's more like, oh, let's get elaborate decorations up and all this kind of shit. So that's becoming more and more annoying. But Christmas, Valentine's Day, Father's Day, Mother's Day, fucking Donkey Day, Arse Day, all this shit is just there.
St. George's Day.
Yeah, all this
Paddy Day.
crap, St. Patrick's Day, St. George's Day, My Arse Sucks Day, Easter. It's all just designed to fucking buy, consume. And I think people need to take a stance and let these holidays die in their ass. Because I don't want to fucking hear these stupid Christian cunts talking about, oh, it's this is a Christian country and we should be saying Happy Easter and Merry Christmas and all this kind of shit. Okay, what part of the Bible says go out and buy a load of fucking chocolate? And what part of the Bible says buy lots and lots and lots of fucking presents? Because again, if you're thinking about the nativity came much later in life. Like Orthodox Christians, which is what my family is, don't believe in the birth of Jesus. The story is bullshit. It was there to just take over a pagan holiday, which was Saturnalia or the solstice, or you name a country, they all found a way to kind of put Christmas in there. So tell Christians, you know what? If you want to be Christian, go to fucking church, do your thing at church, come home, have a meal. That's it. You don't need to be spending money on bullshit. It's fucking ridiculous.
My budget was, I didn't say my budget, but I didn't want to spend much money either. I mean, that's why Temu is so great. I did all my
spend 50 quid and get half the bloody shop.
I got my brother and sister-in-law the same thing but different color. I got them a mug, a black mug for my brother, and my sister got a white mug, but they're self-stirring mugs. And with a USB-C port.
Oh, you got those, did you?
So it charges up itself, and you put your coffee in there and press the button, and it stirs itself without needing a spoon. My brother fucking loved it. I knew he would love it. You know what I mean?
Oh, brilliant.
I got my my nephew like this really nice looking satchel, sort of little bag, man bag type thing. It's leather or fake leather, I think, and brown. It looks neat. Something it'll be handy for him. Put a few items in for him and shit like that when he moves about. I know he'll use it. And my niece, who lives with me, I got her a sort of like makeup mirror which lights up and stuff like that.
Or you give her a fucking roof over her head. You know what I mean? That would have been enough. I'm just kidding, obviously.
Well, I look at it as the house is her house now as well. So. But I gave her that mirror, and so hopefully she'll make good use of it and all of that. So and then all of that came up to just over 20 quid. Under 25 but over 20. So I was happy. I mean, before when my nephew and niece were children, I'd give them 20 quid each. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's cheaper to buy them a fucking present. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's when they're older and they're working now, that 20 quid is nothing. So it's more just the gesture of it. But even things like that, it's just like, me and my brother, we don't get presents for each other anymore. We get a joke gift. Something we'll see, we'll just like, that would be fucking hilarious as a joke gift. But for his 50th, I bought him stuff from Temu, and it was all barbecue stuff, and it was fucking excellent stuff, like really practical shit that we actually ended up using over the summer. So, if it's going to be something practical as well, like the stirring mug thing, it's a practical thing. It's great because it's not just a throwaway gift. You know what I mean? Like, so. But
that's what I'm into. I'm into. If I'm gonna buy, if you buy me something that I can use. Don't buy me something that I put on my fucking mantelpiece.
Yeah,
I'm very much like that when I buy a gift. It's a useful gift. That's why I like to buy a useful gift.
Yeah,
something
absolutely.
you need, something you
for
can use.
adults. Yeah, I mean, obviously with kids, you're gonna I do the toy stuff, but Like I said,
Once again, it's money.
It's money.
You can't go.
You know what? If you gave me money as a kid, I'd be fucking elated because it means I
I
can
always
use that
got
money
that.
to
Yeah.
buy what I want. Yeah.
I always got that as a kid, money. So I passed on the tradition, 10, 20 quid, sometimes
better.
50 if I'm really lucky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Much better. Yeah,
So-
that's what I used to get when I was a teenager. They'd give me money. But then once I hit a certain age, I was like, don't get me anything. Don't even give me money for Christmas. It's like, I've got a job and, this kind of shit. But yeah, when you get money as a kid, it's better than getting toys because you can come buy the fucking toys that you want to buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. All right, then. I hope everyone else has a good one. And I'll see you at the next one. Oh, do not forget, please, on the 28th, which is next Sunday. Is it Sunday or Saturday the 27th? I forget now.
20s. Hold on, let me look at the old calendar.
Have a look at the thing.
The 28th is a Sunday and the 27th is a Saturday.
Yeah, no, I saw that, but I can't remember when the Golden Glasses was. It the 27th or the 28th? I forgot now. I tell you, my brain. I'll quickly Google it. Not Google it. Check on Facebook. Because we've got the banner up with the date.
Apparently Steve Bannon called Ben Shapiro cancer in Turning Point conference speech. But Steve Bannon needs to shut the fuck up because he's been seen with pictures of Jeffrey Epstein. So you know what, mate? You should hide for fucking cover.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Keep your mouth shut, you little fucking nonce-loving dick bottom. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Sunday the 28th, but if not, just check back on either days. Tune in for that. And I don't know if you're going to be around, Sam, but if you are, we might do a stream for New Year's Eve as well, going into the New Year's, because that's
sounds good.
A tradition. So
yes.
I'll be looking back. I think we've done it now 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
So